Hey Joe, you want to join our ship? We're we're going hunting for
Hi, Joe.
squids and treasure. we can't hear you. You're muted.
Lucas, you better go get a hat, dude.
Well, I don't know if I have a.
Hey!
Joe's up. She's awake.
Well, I napped hard too. I kept you guys on, so because I thought it was just going to be like a little while. And I heard,
no.
Did I miss the karaoke party?
No. You missed one song though. We did do Sweet Caroline.
I did hear it.
Did you sing in your sleep? You're like ba ba ba.
Yeah.
You didn't know it. Like I taught Amy this. She didn't know this song, and I'm like, oh my gosh! Like American culture is like everybody knows this song.
So I don't have a hat, but I have Mjolnir.
Oh my god, that's genius!
It's a plush hammer.
I love it.
It's a Thor hammer.
Can you hit your, look like you're hitting your own head with the hammer, right? Like.
Right, on board. What's going on? What are we doing? Why do we need hats?
Preparing for a picture.
Photo. You got to get the teeth in though, Joe.
Oh,
yes, because look, that mouth has got to get in. It's so cute. But wait, like yes, Anne, you got to get the little teeth in. Yes.
There we go.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, 5 more minutes though. So.
Okay, you can pause now. It's just
we're taking a photo every hour, Joe.
Sorry. Yes, now I understand all the counting. I remember now. Okay.
Good.
You know,
so about the singing, one of the things my wife does is she sings lullabies and writes
for the babies.
lullabies, and she has this. There's a whole album of lullabies that she composed, and she says it doesn't matter how you sing it. Your kid, to your kid, it matters that you sing it, right?
That's right.
So when you're a parent, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be yours.
Your voice, right? Your
the connection matters, not the quality.
Yeah.
I think it works too for the couple, because if he sings to me something, it's very nice to me here. Even if his voice is not so good.
So wait, I can play this song. Listen to this. So have you ever heard of Rockabye Baby?
No.
Okay, listen to this. See if you can identify this song. Joe knows this song. Open your eyes and see. I'm just a poor boy, 'cause it's easy go, little high, little low. See, listen, it's all in lullaby style. Isn't that hilarious, Lucas?
Yep.
Mama just killed a man.
I like it.
It's gonna make me fall asleep, so I'm gonna have to stop it in just a second. Anyways, that's Rockabye Baby. So check out Rockabye Baby when you get a chance. I think it's hilarious. I think it's like sometimes I work all day to like Rockabye Baby because it's so.
Yeah.
It's
if I had knew that before, I had used it with my babies, but they are grow up now, so I don't think that they need or want to me change singing to them. not anymore.
Did you see the picture we made?
It's on chat.
This is what we did when you were asleep. it? Oh, whoa. No? Did I
That's
show
showing up. Yeah, something's wrong with the screen sharing.
Whoa.
John, have you gotten any rest?
I just came at 5 o'clock, so I'm fresh.
All right,
Still
that's
fresh.
Zoom crash number 2, people. Zoom crash number 2.
Okay.
We have
45 seconds. Ready? Everyone get a hat
45
on.
seconds, right?
Get a hat on. Get a hat on.
Is
Where's
Squid asleep?
Yep. Well, no, she's resting outside.
Lucas, your hammer.
I
Yeah,
don't.
where's your hammer, Lucas?
Yeah, I don't.
Where is Gupta?
Not here.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Okay, 20 seconds.
20 seconds. I'm
It's a lot of.
you have to learn how to wait.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, smile, 1. Got it.
Doesn't.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Amy, you're funny. Okay, here, let's see what we got.
Amy, ¿de dónde eres?
De México, Nayarit, México.
Okay, ready? Let me know what you think of this picture. Ready, go. I think Amy wins.
Lucas looks goofy. He's like, ah!
Gupta always use his hands like this.
Is he?
Yeah, consistency.
Nice.
Okay,
Very nice.
hour 7.
Just so you are.
Son
you speak.
colombianos.
¿Eres colombiana?
Mis padres son colombianos. Yo nací aquí, so sí, pero
Pero no.
no. Soy,
We can see your screen, John. So you need to.
Oh yeah, sorry.
yeah, we can see
That's
everything.
okay.
Of course you can.
And you are living on Seattle too?
Nope, I'm in Boston.
Oh,
Are you in Mexico right now?
yeah. Yeah. In Nayarit.
So what we need to do when Dr. Mel comes back is we can sing her Las Mañanitas.
Yay!
Is that like a traditional birthday song? Or,
Yeah, Mexico. Well, I don't know if in Spain too, but estas
I don't
son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David. A las doctoras Mel, muy bonitas, se las cantamos aquí. Despierta, doctora Mel, mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajaritos cantan, la luna ya se metió. Y así.
So it's a Mexican birthday song.
Oh,
It's Colombian, but my mom every single year plays it for me.
yeah.
So I understood Muy Bonita and Mel and Luna.
And the best part is if you look at the captions, they're trying to translate your Spanish into English. It's hilarious. Oh my
Yes.
Ooh.
Your mom called the long version of the short version of the Las
Oh.
Mañanitas.
Long version. I get the whole pam 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 pam, but you can hear things start. I'm like, oh
Qué
my
linda está la mañana en que vengo a saludarte.
God, venimos.
Venimos todos con gusto y placer a felicitarte. El día en que tú naciste, nacieron todas las flores. Y en la pila del bautismo cantaron los ruiseñores. Ya viene amaneciendo, ya la luz del día nos dio. Levántate de mañana, mira que ya amaneció.
Amy, is this going to fill the entire 24-hour stream?
Amy, Amy, Amy.
I'm gonna say different families have different weird birthday traditions, and my parents tried to create a tradition where they call me on my birthday on the hour and the minute I was born, which is unfortunately
What time
7:30
is it?
a.m. So I wasn't happy about that tradition because they kept waking me up.
Because you like to sleep in, right, Lucas?
Well, and yes, and I was born on May 1st, which is a national holiday, so no
On
work.
May 1,
Yes,
you are
May
from
1.
May 1?
Yes.
No, me 9 May. May 9. What year, Lucas?
Oh, 84.
84. Oh, I'm oldest than you.
Okay, you ready to play a game? Let's give
But
Joe.
you don't look it, Amy.
Thank
Joe
you.
and Abby still here? If you are, we could play a game where the four of us play against each other. It's,
Sure. What do you want to do? Oh, the drawing thing.
So go to this browser. You can play in this browser here. Let's see if Joe has to come back though. We need a Joe. Abby, are you still there? You can chat, yes.
It's asking for a room code.
Yeah, I'm about to give it to you.
Is it Squeak?
There we go. Hold on. Okay, the code is GIYS. And you can enter your funny name.
Jackbox.
So you can draw a picture of yourself and maybe Abby and Joe will return in time. Otherwise, the three of us will have to play against each
It's room not found. It's G14S.
G-I.
No,
I
GY.
Indigo.
DIY.
I.
You know, Lucas, I had this funny thought last night going, why didn't we start at 9 o'clock and just go to Sunday 9 o'clock so we could have slept here? But I guess it wouldn't be the 24 hours during Mel's birthday, which I thought that was the intent.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But the odds of us making all 24 plus hours would have gone up dramatically had we
This
done
is true. And you know, birthdays. Oh God, birthdays are flexible like that. It's like the queen's birthday, right? They just picked a date at some point and said, okay, we're doing the the official birthday is on this day. So
Yeah.
maybe Mel can take that as an example. And
Do you know the word ephemeride? Like things that happen in one day, like today, another year.
Oh, yeah. Think like the dates, great dates in history kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happened in one day, like today for Dr. Mel.
Joe, can you come play a game with us? Joe. To go to jackbox.tv, the website.
We're doing Jackbox.
We're playing a drawful.
What's a drawful?
Abhi, are you gonna play Mr. Gupta? Mr. Gupta, paging Mr. Gupta to the front desk. That was a terrible Indian.
There are just two colors, right?
Yep.
Okay.
When you're done, hit done, right? There's a submit or a done. There you go. It's not Lucas, it's Skookus. And Amy's Amy. I'm Squid John. Aw, Amy, that's cute. The Will Fairy is drawing. Good. Last chance, Abby.
I just turned the closed captions on, and I see Abby is being transcribed as hobby,
It's funny, right?
and now Bobby.
You play a game called Craptions, right? So let's see. I think there's a game called Craptions, and of course Craptions actually turns into Corruptions. Right? All right, Will Ferry, whenever you're done, hit done.
I know, I'm almost there. I decided to be a Picasso.
Ooh.
Well, I think I'm going to bring my breakfast. How many time do we have to get started? Maybe
As soon
3
as-
minutes?
well, actually, we were going to start now.
Ah, okay.
And you can eat after this because it should be
Yeah.
over relatively soon. Okay, here we go. Here, I'm going to put it on screen so other people can see. Everybody's in.
Oh, I need my phone, right?
Yeah, you can phone or computer. It all works.
Oh, my computer's fine. Okay, sorry. Yeah, right. Okay.
It's just a browser thing.
Oh my God, everybody's a squid. Right, I forgot.
Well, you could be a squid. That could be a squid head. Okay, so draw the thing that's on your device.
What the hell?
Don't say what it is.
Draw a picture on your device that would have that.
Um,
And when you're done, hit send. You'll get points for each player that can correctly guess your title. So, good luck.
Cosplay?
It's too early in the morning.
It's too late in the night.
Don't forget, you can still join the audience and play along by going to jackbox.tv and entering this room code.
Oh, no. Don't. No. I was going to adjust the settings. Too late. Oh, AB's in. Scrookus is in.
Who's
does
the
it matter
green
if we
one?
do it quickly, or how does this work?
No.
Okay.
But if you go too slow, it will cut you off at some point.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess at that point it matters. But see, she still has half the time to draw.
Do you guys have like games you vowed never to play again? I have one because I get way too competitive.
Which one?
It's a card game. It's called The Illuminati. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
game where you build these crazy networks of conspiracies, and then you attack the other players with your FBI ruled by the Dolphins.
20
has
seconds,
connections.
Make sure and hit enter.
Or
Now you got
submit.
15 seconds. There you go. She did it.
Oh.
All right, here comes the first one.
Use your device
What
to
is it?
type in what you think the real title for this
It's
picture
a sailor.
So you type in a suggestion for it. And you're trying to type a suggestion that other people are going to pick besides mine, which is the real one. The funnier, the better. Amy's in. Make sure and hit enter. Skookus is in.
Come on. And here are your
Okay.
choices. What
Is it a sailor, a tiny lighthouse, by the sea, or beach? So you can pick one that you think is right, and you can also give a bonus point to one you think is funny.
Select an answer. Come on.
Select an answer. Oh wow, they added captions to this game.
Yay. We can't see them, but yay.
They should be on the shared screen. They're on the
Yeah,
bottom.
they are.
And here are your picks. Who picked Sailor? Skookus picked Sailor and gave Amy points. Yay, Will Ferry, you got it right.
Oh no.
Lucas, I have no idea what happened to your guess. Make sure and hit enter. Okay, here comes the next drawing.
Type in a title now.
The best part of this game, Lucas, is to just use your intuition. Like whatever comes to your mind first, you should just stick it in.
Okay.
If you think about it too hard, it's like improv. It just gets worse and worse and worse.
Hey, here are your choices.
Okay, a water gun full of acid. Poison water gun, a water gun, and weed killer.
Pick an answer.
Everyone pick an answer. Make sure and click a button. Okay, here we go.
Okay, who picked what?
Water gun full of acid. Both Will Ferry and I got it.
Good job.
Oh, Amy, you chose water gun. Oh, your answer was water gun. Oh, the Will Ferry's in the lead. You're in first place. Okay, what is this?
Type
Oh
in
my god.
Okay, Amy and I are in. Whew.
serious. Time is up.
Tap a button, Lucas. Oh, you barely got it in.
And here are your choices.
Squid bomb. A joke that bombs. Yes, we should definitely squidify as much of this. A bomb and don't hammer the bomb.
And here are your picks.
Thank you, Amy. See, you got to try and get people that pick yours. That's wrong. Yay, 2 of us got it right.
I wonder what that's like. Am I right? I mean, all my stuff is obviously gold. So
It was
it's not like I've like ever bombed.
so painful
in
to
one-
think.
Joke?
so
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That doesn't look like a joke.
the point is
I started like 6 things. That was what I could salvage out of there. The joke I had in my head is, how do you disarm a bomb very carefully? That's why there was like a little see how that was just like too much.
Oh, look at this.
drawing.
This could be a lot of things.
And
Is it a breadstick panda, a Jedi Knight, a samurai, or cosplay? Funny.
Let's see what people
Survey says. Oh, Jedi Knight was a good one. Skookus, you cleaned up on that. Nobody got the right answer, I don't think. Cosplay?
Yeah, I came up with breadstick.
Was it cosplay? Oh wow.
It was cosplay. Amy, is that what cosplay in Mexico looks like?
It's a cosplay of what?
Okay.
Okay, draw a second
Cosplay
drawing.
of Jedi Samurai. Oh.
Joe, I'm just going to tell you that this only gets better the more sleep deprived I become. See, like I can actually do the lay down with the squids thing. Here, I can do that in just a second.
Is that your native name, lays down with squids?
I feel like it's like Dances with Wolves, but with squids. See, look, I can do this now. I can lay down with the...
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
I can see, look, I have my phone. I can still play way back here in the aquarium.
so you don't get wrong and miss your chance.
Somebody's still, 2 people are still drawing. You're gonna run out of time, people. Hit enter.
Drawing in.
You guys totally waited till the last second. Impressive.
You said waited.
It was a complicated concept. Wasn't waiting.
You said
Trying
wait.
to do it.
These characters are hilarious. Okay, what did we get?
Here are your choices.
Dog's death, rabbit skeleton, skeleton's best friend, and Day of the Dead.
And here are your picks.
Yes! Fooled 2 of you. Oh, that's wrong? What's the right answer? What the hell is that? Do I have the lead?
It was rabbit.
Rabbit skeleton? How could that be a rabbit?
Never mind.
Look at our next drawing.
Okay, here we go.
And here are your choices.
Sewer people. Hatch. Fallout shelter. Hunt for the Red October. Red Squidtober.
Oh yeah.
And here are your picks.
Yes! Trifecta! That meant I got 3,000 points. That's a lead. That's tough to do in this game.
Up next,
What the hell is that? Oh, I know what it is now, but I already submitted. Damn it.
choices.
What? Oh, I don't know which one to pick.
And here are your picks.
Yes. No. Is that wrong too?
Sorry.
How could that be frozen salami?
I couldn't think in another draw for frozen salami.
Frozen salami. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, I think I know what to do with this. I think I should have done something else with this, though.
Quick, type in anything. And here are your choices.
It's a parachute in a pool. One pool too far. Hope to focus on it. What's the last one? Drop the what?
The kids off at the pool.
Okay, who picked what?
Yay!
Wow, you guys
Is that
really
you?
squeezed out
Oh
some
God, you
good
could win.
drawings.
You should easily get in the lead with that. Oh, I won! I was most squidly. But the Will Fairy get the most like. You get the people's vote. Isn't that funny?
Yay.
Very good. Yeah, that's a good game.
It's a very easy, fun game.
Well, I'm going to bring my breakfast.
Okay, breakfast time.
That was fun.
All right, settings. Let's see. I got to turn the master volume down. Oh, I did already. Full screen mode. Audience. English. Yeah, that's not bad. So that's Drawful. Drawful is I think one of the top Jackbox games. Although Jackbox 8 came out last night, and my friend hosted a game night. I was too tired. I couldn't actually go, but she bought it, and we played. Everyone identifies like there's out of the pack. There's usually one game is the game that people love to play.
Oh. Good, good.
Joe's back.
I'm here.
Was that refreshing?
The hardcore nap. Yeah, it's been a very strange thing. So I I've just run ragged. Like I think probably one of the fullest, realest weeks I've had since the pandemic. And I've been to like conferences and stuff, but those are not taxing. But this week I do multiple jobs. So I'm the Will Fairy. I'm also a sign language interpreter. Oops, sorry. Sign language interpreter. I'm doing the show, The Rocky Horror. I'm launching my Will Fairy brand. I went to a coaching class. Like I've done a lot. I've been doing bills and taxes. And this week everything was taking full cognitive load. And I literally like at 7:00 last night was exhausted and fell asleep probably by 8:30 maybe. So when I woke up at my time, 3 a.m., I thought you guys had already started. So I didn't realize that I actually hopped on hour 1. I thought that was really cool. And I was like wide awake at that point, right? Like, cause I had literally slept all night. And so then, but by the time hour 3 came, I think I may have made it to hour 3, maybe even hour 4. And then that was just a really great nap.
Good.
So I was going to sing.
Now?
Yeah.
When Mel wakes up, the plan is to sing happy birthday.
We will.
Good. Love for you, Joe. If you want to do a song, now's a good time.
Yeah.
Just let me know and I'll kill my music on my side.
Oh.
All right. Gonna do it now. Okay. If I know and find but I in you. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Gonna walk it out. Ooh. It's like the day. Waves all it's getting hard to breathe. I feel like times again. And for you.
That was so passionate, Joe. I felt it. I felt it for you.
I saw you feeling it. You woke up.
You totally woke Avi up.
I thought I'll get myself a Red Bull, but then you're the Red Bull.
Oh, I'm the Red Bull.
I'm not the Red Bull. You're the Red Bull.
I'm the Red Bull.
Joe, do me a favor. Do you have your original soundy thing? Do you know what that
Guys,
is?
can I just sing a few lines on the same track that we just did?
Yeah, you can play it on your side too, Abhi.
Can?
So here, I'm going to show you. Here, actually, let us show you some tricks. So one, Abhi, is, and Joe, you can follow along on this too if you haven't done it too. Go to next to the mic and you click audio settings. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then down below where it says music and professional audio, click all 4 of the check boxes. Do you see it, Abhi?
Yeah.
Okay, all 4 boxes checked?
Mm-hmm.
Great, close the box, you hit X on the box. Now, on the top left it says original sound. Read me exactly what the words say on the top left box.
Original sound on.
Pardon me, say that again.
So on the top left there's a box and it should say original sound off or on. Can you tell me exactly what yours says?
It says off.
Yeah, go ahead and click it once and now until it says original sound on.
Mm-hmm.
So Lucas, this is the trick for turning off the noise cancellation. So now, Abhi, can you find that song on YouTube, but a karaoke version? What's the name of that song again, Joe? I forgot. I should know this.
Arise.
Arise? Okay,
I
good.
thought you were being sarcastic. I was waiting.
No, I forgot. I don't know. Come on, it's 7:36 and I've been online since midnight.
It's actually called Rise Up. I'm sorry. It's called Rise Up. I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, my brain is slow, but it's just funny. I thought you were
Rise
being
Up,
funny because it repeats that word over and over and over again.
Because Mel didn't tell you all, but this is actually a psychological experiment in sarcasm to check at what time of sleep deprivation, what level of sleep deprivation does sarcasm turn off in your brain, and you can no longer do it. So
7
there we
hours,
are.
37 minutes, 17 seconds, Lucas.
Okay, so this is Andra Day.
What's that?
The song.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now the last part here is that you click share screen, but instead of actually sharing your screen, you click advanced and you click computer audio. And the reason for that is because then we can still see you. So I'll tell you if I can confirm when I see it. I should see a little speaker on my side when you click OK. Very good. All right, let's see. You try it, Avi.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, That's enough, I think.
Who? Now, who sings this? Joe, I can't find the right version.
So Gupta sang a different song. So
Yeah.
mine is Andrea Day is "Rise Up." Was that just another song of hers?
No, this is called One Day. It's
Right.
by Mia Mitsu, something like that.
Okay. So mine's it's. Let me see.
Yeah, Nati, this one.
Yeah.
So the person who I sang was Andra,
Yeah.
and then Day. Andra Day, Rise Up.
Day. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's what I found that the first time, and then I was like trying to match Abby's lyrics, and I'm
I
like,
know. I thought Abby was doing the same song I did. That's what I thought you said. But
I was having my own song.
same vibe.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
really great.
Thank you.
oh, I
So
know.
was
Abby,
yours.
like Abby has this. I didn't know he's kind of like got the higher range voice, right? It's amazing.
Now you both should give it a shot, right? Lucas, come on.
No, I don't sing.
Trying to think of another song I can do in this range. So I actually learned how to sing my way.
Oh,
What do you mean by that?
crazy.
Like you learned the lyrics, or you learned an approach to My Way?
I had to sing it for, well, I was going to sing it for Memorial, and then they chose not to sing it, but I had to learn it.
Let's do it. I'm gonna mute myself. You're gonna not mute yourself, and we're gonna sing
Yeah,
it.
let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Wow.
I was going to do a version for Mel, but maybe I won't because she's asleep. I mean, she's not asleep. She's on. She's just, we can't see her.
I've had a few.
No, she might be asleep since she hasn't popped up to like say anything.
All right, let's see. Frank Sinatra.
Too soon.
You can also save it for her.
I know, but we're just singing songs now. Frank Sinatra. All right, let's see what I got. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure Abe knew, when I bit off more than a squid could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, my squid ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all and I squid tore. I did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did it all, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a squid? What has a squid got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows the squid took the blows and did it Yes, it was my
That's John! Amazing, amazing.
Pretty good.
Yay!
I did work on that one a little bit. You gotta when you've loved and lost like Frank has. That's a big song. That is a gigantic song of all songs.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
There's a karaoke that I went to pre-pandemic. I haven't been back. I don't know if they're doing it still. But there would be a guy who came, and that's all he did was Frank songs. He just came in, he slayed, like he just took up space. That was his thing. He was really great.
What
All right,
I
Joe.
love,
Which,
because I watched the chat that, well, talking about Matis Yahoo. You sing that song one day?
I did. Oh no, Gupta sang
I sang one day.
one day.
Oh,
is amazing.
yeah.
All right, Joe. Let's see. Now you got that. Make sure yours says original sound on, and let's see if we can.
Oh, you want something? All right. I'm doing all my big songs.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on a second.
Seymour.
I know I need a part. So I wish we could do better duets on Zoom.
Oh, you had to be in your house.
You can try, Joe.
I want to sing with you if you want.
Yeah.
We'll do another group song in a second, Amy. You could chat me some songs, especially if you know American songs. Then I know that, like, "Don't Stop Believing" is like a no-brainer.
Don't stop.
Yeah,
believing.
see, like, okay, see, that's close to internationally known, close to.
Let's see if I can pull this off without warming up.
I know we're all singing, not warmed up, Joe. I'm with you. Okay, I'm gonna mute others, and we're gonna let Joe take the mic here. Okay.
Hang on a second. You gotta have that sound. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. And I will always love you. You, my darling, you. Bittersweet memory. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. Don't cry. That it's not what you need. Oops. You need. And I will always love you. Ooh, and I will always love you. Oh, life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love. And I will always love you. And I will always love you. And I will always love you. 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 You, darling, I love you. I will always love you.
Wow, Joe.
Yeah, you take took sing classes or something?
I'm a singer for sure, but not. I mean, I've always been I've always been a singer. So,
That was amazing, Joe.
Yeah.
You have to be
Yeah.
part of all our events. Okay? You are a chief guest from now on.
yay!
It's just the squid song.
I keep forgetting to add squid in there. I will always love squid.
I will always squid you.
Always
Squid you.
love squid.
Oh man.
Joe, you are so
Why What is happening here?
So this is what I mean. Joe and I met online. She found me, I think, off of Eventbrite, maybe, or did you knew?
I literally Google the word karaoke online, and I found John.
Wait, you're Googleable under karaoke, John?
I found the engaging event. I found that, and then that led me to. Did Dorita end up getting up? Did I miss her altogether?
No, she hasn't been here yet.
Oh, okay. I thought she was. I thought she was coming into the room.
We'll find her. She'll eventually be there. We'll just keep shouting. Right? Ready? Help me out. Dorita! Dorita!
Dorita, I just met a girl named Dorita.
Oh yeah, nice,
And
nice.
suddenly I found. I don't know the words.
You know enough. I was gonna make a potato chip commercial. Dorita, extra crispy and spicy Dorita. Oh. All right, we're 3 minutes to the next picture. What picture should we do? We just did hats.
I didn't have a hat.
You said in your T-shirt, "Happy Quarantine," so maybe.
Oh, everyone could get a mask. That would be like a no-brainer.
Okay.
Oh, I have a Yoda mask now too. Actually, I think it's green too, so I think it'll mess up my green screen.
Amy, that means you need to find your Vader mask.
Yeah. Okay. Let me check.
So Lucas, you might appreciate this, right? Because look, someone made me a Mandalorian.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that cute?
The cuteness is real there. Let's see.
Okay, people, wear a mask. Thorn is back. Ready? Name that squid.
Thorn.
He's a thorn in my side and a thorn in your side too. Thorn, get a mask. You've got 1 minute 45 seconds to get a mask. I love it. Looks like the balloon's coming out of his ear.
It is.
Abby, I like the glasses. I'm going to join you. Keep them. I'm putting mine on. Dude. Wait, where did these go? Oh, here they are. I forgot they were like old school. 1 minute. Come on, Joe.
Nice mask, Lucas. That's fancy.
Thank you.
You're drawing a new mask. Genius. Thorin, we need a
What?
mask.
Although I just think I'm gonna make myself high. I can smell the permanent marker on this.
50 seconds. You see the clock.
This video is not sponsored.
It's raw. Hashtag. That's nice. I like that. It's really good. Here comes Thorin.
Ooh.
Head mask.
Fire Brigade Thorn.
Amy's paging Amy. 20 seconds.
Thorn's here to put out fire. Thorn's gonna put out fire.
All right, here we go. I'm counting it down. Hurry. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smile! Nailed it. Oh, I got it. 800.98. Hi, Mel. Welcome back.
Oh, did you hear all the serenading?
Oh my God! It's our other singer. It's Karen Schlomer. Karen is gonna sing.
Hello,
you a song.
Karen.
Even though
Hello.
she's not warmed up either.
I'm sorry I look so ridiculous in front of a good-looking woman.
Thorn, you need a little more light in front
Hey,
of
Karen,
you for your face.
what do you think about this picture?
It looks like I missed a party.
We
You
just
know, if you see our pictures over the hours, it's getting crazier.
yeah, over the
Hey,
hours.
I'm gonna join you in a bit. I'm gonna do food, but I just wanted to make sure I could get in. I've got, some nice calamari on the stovetop, and I'm gonna get into it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go get some food here too. Karen is gonna be in charge for the next hour. Although Karen, Joe just slayed Whitney Houston, but I would love for you to, like, I know you just woke up, but maybe do some little Queen action for the group.
Wait, are we doing like morning karaoke? What is happening?
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
I just did my way. Abby just crushed. He crushed Rise Up.
One day for
Abby did one day and I did Rise Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
What they said.
But on the same track, and that's what made it special because we sang 2 different songs on the same track.
Oh, that's what you were saying. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is if we did karaoke for the next hour, no one would be sad.
No, I think you got enough. You got a couple singers here. I'm not sure if Amy hasn't sang anything. Lucas is not a singer, but he's grooving on it.
Aimee's up for singing, right? Aimee's gonna sing.
Well,
My-
I already did it with the mañanitas.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, wait. Yeah, Mel's back, right? Amy. So Amy and Joe were going to sing songs in Spanish.
Yeah.
Did you know that Joe's trilingual?
That's amazing.
I know. Not only that she somehow forgot to tell us that she's like an expert in sign language.
We never, like, when we do karaoke, we don't really get there. Like,
Have you guys seen? There's this not very safe for work song, which is called. Oh my God, I'm blanking out on the title.
It's Saturday. We're not at work. You can do
First
it.
of May. 1st of May. It's called 1st of May, and as some of you here know, I was born on May 1st. And so the song 1st of May is sung by a group of wonderful people in sign language. So they sing it and they also sign it. And it is amazing. And the first verse, let's see if I can. 1st of May, 1st of May, first outdoor love starts today. And if you can decode that, it's a wonderful song. I make a habit of playing it every birthday, every year.
As you should. All right. So, oh, getting some feedback. Bring that down. I don't know what's happening. I did just oh. Wait, I do know what's happening. It's that one. I did just kind of wake up, but it's okay. I will still go balls to the wall karaoke for y'all. Cuz that's just what I do. So, apparently John had promised you some Queen. I will do that. Have I warmed up? No, I can barely even speak at this point.
Come try this with me. Fa la 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 la.
Like I said, what's the worst that's gonna happen? It'll be all right. All right.
Well, it will stay on the internet forever. That's the worst thing that can happen.
It's funny because it's true. And I'm like, oh yeah, it will.
I
It will
think
just
Karen
stay
and
on the
I
internet
have the
forever.
same guitar in our house.
It'll be okay, I promise. All right. I hope y'all are just ready for a journey. Let me turn this up. Here we go. Oh, I need to unmute that side. There we go. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Ooh, each morning I get up, I dial it up, can't barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry, Lord, what you doing to me? I have spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? Yeah. I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache my bones. At the end, I take home my heart and pay all on my own. I get down on my knees and I start to pray till the tears run down from my eyes. Lord, somebody, oh somebody, anybody find me somebody to love? Every day I tried, I tried, I tried. Everybody wants to put me down. They say I'm going crazy. Taking a lot of water in my brain. No, I got no common sense. I got nowhere to land my feet. No, 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 no. I appreciate all of the cat content and the Halloween content. Yes! Ooh, somebody, anybody find me somebody to love? Got no feel, got no rhythm. I just keep losing my beat. I'm okay, I'm alright. I ain't gonna face no defeat. I just gotta get out of this prison cell. Someday I'm gonna be free. Find me somebody to love, 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 somebody, somebody, somebody. Find me somebody to love. Can anybody find? Anybody find me? Oh gosh, it's early. Somebody to find me somebody, 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 somebody to love. Find me, find me, find me, find me, find I just saw that. Yes, heck yes. Find me some pet to let me pet your pets. I just want to see your pets. That's all I want.
Lucas, you have 2 cats?
No, 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 no. I have 3.
Also, what? Okay, first of all, I need to know all of the names of all of your pets.
So, all the names are Irish. You've seen the striped cat. Her name is Unya. And Unya is the name of either a harp or a god or both in Irish mythology. And then you've seen the white one. She's called Finola, which means fair-haired, if it's a female. And there's also Finn, who's also white, and that means fair-haired if it's a boy. So
I love all of those.
And this is Cher. Cher, like the singer,
Ah.
because she is indestructible.
of course, that makes complete sense.
How long have you had her? She's big.
Yeah, she's 10 or 11 years old.
Nice.
And she's like a dog. She doesn't afraid of people and came for food and to play.
Does she bite the postman or something?
What kind of turtle is she?
It's a Japanese turtle.
Are these the ones that live for like hundreds and hundreds
Hey
of years?
Tofu, what's
or-
up?
Yeah, I think 120 years. It's the hope of life of she.
Well, she is gorgeous. I love her shell. Like her shell shape is amazing. I will never be sad about seeing someone else's pets. Ever. My cat is sleeping in the living room because she's lazy. Look at Xana.
Xana's got Tofu Kitty. That is the Tofu Kitty, who of course has to groom. Because if you're a cat,
Beautiful.
what do? You
Well,
groom.
she's on camera. She needs to look good. That makes,
Really true.
Beautiful.
She is our 3rd roommate. She takes good care of us, makes us get up in the morning. And
Hello, birthday girl. Did
Hey.
you sleep well?
hello from the living room. Hello from my mom's iPad. I wanted to, you're not ready for camera yet, are you? Oh, sure. Oh, okay. Mom's ready to say hi.
Mom.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Mom.
You need to see all of these guys.
Everybody that's on, thank you so much for putting this all together. Oh my God, that is so beautiful.
Yeah, we just love Mel too much.
Yes, I haven't quite groomed myself yet. Secret to old age. I'm 83, and secret to old age: 1, keep learning things. 2, be silly.
Okay.
3, I forget.
That's the secret to old age. Let it go. Let it go.
4, tell other people so you have friends and while you have old age, right?
I think we've been practicing all 3 for most of the day. So
Good. Oh, keep always doing it.
Okay, I would love to get a big shout out to none of the squid stuff, none of the Mel stuff would be happening except for this woman doing what she did 54 years ago on this day. When I took my first breath, there was a lot involved in her getting me to that first breath, including I was an RH baby.
Yes.
Have you guys ever heard of the RH baby thing?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
Google it and then she'll tell you the story.
I have RH negative blood. Rhesus monkey, it's named.
Me too.
Oh, good. I'd have a donor.
Yeah. But in Mexico, but yes. Oh, negative.
there's less lower healthcare costs. So
Mel, when she was probably a couple of months along in the fetal state.
Sorry.
Wait. I've got this. It's a no sorry zone. We're all doing the best that we can. There's never any reason to apologize on Zoom.
I love it.
We're just glad to be
good things.
It's from John Chen. I stole it from him.
Maybe. And they did an amniocentesis for the first time. So I had all these people in the room looking at what is going on to have an amniocentesis. What that is they go in the abdomen very carefully and into the baby itself.
Back in 1967, they started amniocentesis in 1967, and it's a standard thing these days.
Yep. Anyway, they tested her. She was doing fine. I was doing fine. But they had to induce labor when she was about to be born. And so she didn't get to be born on the 31st or the 1st of November.
It was today.
It was today.
And 54 years later, I'm still here.
So happy birthday to you, Dr. Mom.
I don't know. It's hard having a 54-year-old daughter.
It comes in handy that I'm staying with her and making it easier for her to get by on a day-to-day basis. Good place to get locked down. Okay.
True.
Can I hand you, do you guys want to sing a song to Mom? Oh, Abby.
I thought singing on the Zoom was all.
Singing together on a Zoom is a form of pain.
Yes, okay.
So, but Abby, do you have a guitar handy?
Yeah.
Well, we've been singing all morning. Mom,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite song or artist that you love?
Here is my request. Abby, pick a song that you can play on your guitar and sing it to my mom.
Okay, let's do the imagine thing, yeah, Lucas? And
Perfect.
Amy, you were there.
Yeah.
I love every bit of this. I'm so glad that I joined when I did.
Yay!
Let me. The lyrics on the chat.
Karen, you have some very interesting, are the instruments on your wall?
We'll come back to that.
It's early, but also don't tempt me. Because I have my guitar, I have my ukulele as well. So.
Ah, yes, but is your guitar invisible like Abby's?
Not currently.
Okay, ready.
Imagine there's mindfulness. It's easy if you try. No regrets behind us. In front of us, only serenity. Imagine all the squids squidding for today. You may say I'm a squid minder, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will squid as one.
Oh, you guys have been busy while I was sleeping.
Oh my goodness.
I was not ready for that amazingness. Joe, you said that you do ASL?
I do. Who's talking?
Hi, it's Karen. What's the ASL for squid?
We've talked about this. So squid is, because it propels.
Huh?
So right? So it,
I mean, look at John Chen's window. You can see it there.
Yeah, the squid and John's window are perfect.
I also see this. The thing is, we really need to make sure we talk to deaf people to say exactly what squid is. But I've seen this. I've seen this.
Yeah, Joe, one of the things I've come to understand is, well, there is the precision of ASL. There's also, we all gesture. So whatever gestures is okay too.
I like the
So-
gesture like this for
Oh.
SQUIDminders.
SQUIDminders, yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? John just missed out on this one.
We've got a full recording.
We'll have to catch it.
John's right here.
John, go eat. Go away. I love it. I had no idea what I was getting into this morning, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I love exactly how this conversation is going. I love that we have SQUIDminder now.
I don't think Karen is very familiar with the squid poem and all because you missed all of it before this. Do you want a refresher? Can I show
Okay.
you a slide deck? Read out the poem.
Okay, Mel. Thank you.
My computer. Mom's got hers.
Oh,
Okay. So can I do the voiceover on the slides?
Cool.
We're missing the title slide on this one.
Are we?
And you remember that slide you have of them?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can you grab that one and put it on the front?
Cool,
Oh,
cool,
that's a
cool.
good one.
This is the short version of the poem.
I love you too. Can you guys tell that we're in the same house?
John, tell Joe if you and me, if you and I'm going to sing Spanish song.
That one.
No, John really wants that to happen.
What song did you know that you can sing?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I was
Okay.
starting to look at what songs I know.
I
Mostly
hope.
it's songs that my dad plays on his guitar, and I grew up singing
Okay.
with him.
Amy, I would love to have you share the Spanish translation you did of the squid poem with Joe, because we got to do the Spanish version of all of this stuff too.
Well, we maybe it's the time of the mañanitas for Dr. Mel right now.
We can certainly start with that.
Yeah.
You lead, Amy.
Okay. It's the short one.
The short one. Yep.
Estas
Son
son
las mañanitas que cantaba Re David.
a las doctoras bonitas se las
Cantamos a ti.
Despierta, doctora Mel,
Despierta.
mira que ya
Amaneció. Y a
Ya.
los pajaritos cantan y la luna se metió.
This is the song of birthday in Mexico.
My mom wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning with, she used to do it on a record. Now she does it with a CD or probably audio somehow. And it usually comes with like a lot of mariachis singing and playing, and you hear the bum, 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 bum. And they break out into a full song and it picks up in tempo. It's a thing.
Yeah. Did you find one?
Me? Oh, so my dad is a Colombian man, born in Colombia, South America, and he plays guitar. And the songs that he plays, he loves rancheras, which are Mexican. So the songs that I know, that's why I'm like, so one of them is No Me Amenaces.
It's not a easy song.
I'm trying to see what I can find online. Volver.
Volver, it's easier.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Este amor apasionado.
We're gonna see what the karaoke. Ready? Oh, you need the words? You want me to show the screen?
Share, please.
Yep. Este amor apasionado, todo alborotado por volver.
Voy camino a la locura.
Aunque nada me tortura, me querer. Nos dejamos.
Hace tiempo me llegó el momento de perder.
Tú tenías mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón y me muero por volver. ¿Ready? Y volver, volver, volver.
Tus brazos otra vez.
Llegarás a donde estés, yo sé perder,
Yo sé perder. Quiero
quiero volver, volver, volver. Okay, you start.
Vamos hace tiempo. Me llegó el momento de perder.
I'll take the second one. Tú tienes mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón, me muero
Y me muero.
por volver. Ready? Everybody. Y volver, volver, volver a tus brazos otra vez.
Llegaré hasta donde estés. Yo sé perder. Yo sé perder. Quiero volver, volver, volver.
Everyone give it up.
I feel like the only way to even remotely be fair is to just stop singing, let somebody else get a little space, because I can't even imagine what you guys were hearing on your end. The delay, I have no idea. Even if the microphones, do they clip out? Like, does a louder
It
microphone?
was fine.
No. Don't misunderstand. This isn't about ego. This is about technical. When two people sing, I'm actually
Technical ego, yes. Okay, we understand.
yeah. So when two people sing, does it allow you to hear both voices or
No.
no?
But-
Okay,
but-
so good that I stopped every now and again. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's
That's what I wanted.
one audio input or input. That was not a word. Again,
Works.
I mean I make up the things, but it's only one at a time. But that actually worked pretty well.
Yeah, I heard Amy, even though I was streaming on this side, and it felt like if I wasn't using my microphone, that's what it sounded like to me. That if I wasn't singing, that I could hear her, and I assumed that everybody could hear her. So that's what I wanted to do, is make space.
Yes. Yeah, when multiple people are singing at the same time, I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it. No, it's terrible. No.
Oh, it's awful. It's hilarious.
No nice way to say it. But I mean, it is. But I mean, that's the point, is to do that.
But it is about having fun, not about be a good singer or maybe I'm a mistake.
You are correct. This is the world of karaoke is for everybody.
Yes, karaoke is for. I'm stealing that. I'm gonna write that
it
down
is. And
right now.
I was introduced to online karaoke as quaroke, quarantine karaoke, karaoke. So, and the whole nature of, we had an event in January to celebrate Wikipedia's 20th birthday. And as part of it, I had everybody unmute and sing happy birthday. That was my first experience with synchronized singing on Zoom. And I'm like, oh, that was painful. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can get this right.
Oh no, it's awful.
It didn't get better.
No, it doesn't.
I love how you're like, oh, that hurt me. Let's do it again.
Yeah, and what's interesting is I've actually thought about it too, because we run a theater company and we have singers in our life, and I do a lot of karaoke. So I'm always like, I tried, like, if we called each other and then someone had it, and it's like, no, there's just too many ways that the delay happens.
I like this taking turns thing. Like we could take a line each and do the squid poem.
It feels like duets can be done that way,
mm-hmm.
But then there's no harmonizing. Like that's not going to happen.
Right. And fun fact that no one asked for: I'm actually a barbershop singer, so I sing with I sing in 2 barbershop quartets as well as a barbershop chorus, and we've tried to do the Zoom thing. No.
I love how there's no single normal person in this room.
Yes.
Really? Yay.
Oh God, no, I don't attract normal. Please know that I don't attract normal. I would like to say to all of the people in the house, please welcome my great friend, Right Cow Left Coast. Woo,
hello, Right Cow Left Coast.
So Right Cow Left Coast, can you unmic? Or can you mic? Can you whatever, unmute?
There you go.
Are you allowed to where you are? He's dialed in from some secret location. But I'll just talk about you while you're, oh yes, howdy being silent. Can I talk about you? Can I tell them how special how much I love you?
Well, now you have to.
I do. So Right Cow Left Coast has the unique distinction of building what was left of Wikipedia Southern California back from the ashes after a really hard year in 2016 and creating the space for it to continue. He moved through the Wikipedia obstacle course and has been my partner and better half of the Wiki SoCal, Wiki San Diego group for the last 5 years. So James, Lucas, I expect we'll be having more Wiki conversations at some point.
Congratulations on the excellent navigational skills.
He's why I'm still here.
Well done.
Yeah. So James, thank you for joining us. We are in hour 8.5 of 24, proving that it can be done. I was looking at the agenda, and Abhi, I'm noticing that the agenda that you have and the agenda that I have are not the same agenda. But
fight.
Isn't that always the case?
Isn't it?
I mean,
Squid. I remember seeing the agenda in the morning and a lot of comments from John and Urzi. So all I did was accept those comments and accept the changes that they've done. So maybe it's the same thing.
It's the same thing that you guys are working on. It's not the same one that I wrote. So that's all good. I'm going with what you guys did. But I wanted to take a look at it and see where we are. I'll go look at that to see if I can figure out where the gap is. I think we're expecting, gosh, I'll go look at it. Can you send that to me over on Slack?
On it.
I will update as needed. And then I want to do the squid poem and stuff, but we're going to be doing it for the full size crowd here at 9:30. So we might as well, we could do a practice run and then do it before we get people coming in at 9:30.
Yeah, practice the squid poem.
Practice the squid poem. We got the slides ready.
I think I need to teach my cats to squid because they're fighting.
Oh,
do you
no.
have any support materials for cat education, Mel?
Catnip. Separate toys.
Thank you. I'll forward that along.
And know the character that you're Engaging with, yes. Okay. And now we don our gay apparel. All right. So
I'll be right back.
there, that way the hat really shows. Okay, so we're still missing the title slide, but that's okay. This is the first part. This is the one where I will invite all of you to mute, but read along with me. So, how to squid our squid brains. Whenever you notice that something is wrong, can you, Joe, what's the letter for S? Can you stop? Stop, stop. Oh my gosh, I can't see. Stop, thank you. To ask questions, Q. Oh my, my glasses are so, this is a good time to rehearse because I can't see anything. Can you, S, stop to ask Q questions? To you, better understand. To imagine, I imagine your choices. Then D, decide on a plan. So it's as simple as that. Stop, question, understand, imagine, then decide. And next slide. Oh, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
I believe in you.
Believe in, yes, if you clap, twinkle your fingers and stardust will appear. Okay. You and your squid brain, can you think before you ink, by Dr. Mel and the SQUIDminders. You might be surprised to learn what I did, but now I can show you your very own squid. It's like a part of your brain that is hidden from view, but it often drives what you say and you do. Whenever your squid feels like something is wrong, it's right there to tell you. It doesn't take long. It turns different colors and can make your heart race, can make you get louder and scrunch up your face. Your squid, it turns out, will squirt ink in distress. If it feels overwhelmed, you can make quite a mess. So what can you do when your squid starts to yell? You could ask some good questions if you want to help. Could you try to distract it before it reacts? Could you cover your mouth before it attacks? Could you take a deep breath, count to 10, walk away, then ask your squid what it most needs to say? Could you ask it where can you go if you just need to hide? How can you help your squid cool off inside? Could you ask your squid questions to better understand? Could you imagine your choices, then decide on a plan? Before you return from wherever you go, make a plan to come back and try to talk slow. Things might get messy if your feelings still hurt, but maybe good questions can stop a squid squirt. Now, I have a question that I must ask you. If there's a squid in your brain, do I have one too? Ta-da! Yay! So the intervention, the last slide there is, gosh, I am gonna need my coffee because I am so, something about an all-nighter. Questions, comments, feedback, unmute.
We've got a question from right cow, left coast. The
Yeah.
name all gets me. When should one allow the squid to squirt?
In the privacy of a good place where you aren't being heard by other people, and letting it unload in a way where you can unload what's going on for you without it getting all over other people, and then process, and then decide it's not wrong to squirt. It's not. It's just it has consequences. So what do we do with it is put it somewhere safe, allow the emotions to happen, and then pay attention to what's there with them. The emotions aren't wrong. Emotions, you can't stop emotions. Our brains are wired to experience emotions even before we know what's going on. One of the most bizarre, interesting pieces of research on the neuroscience stuff was the emotional brain. Some of you guys, a little bit of neuroscience, but the amygdala is this tiny little P-shaped parts of our brain that have a lot to do with emotions. And the emotional part of our brain, this lower part, that the information about what's going on around us comes in, it goes through our hypothalamus, it goes into our brain, and it gets to the emotional center a quarter of a second faster than it gets to our neocortex, our thinking brain. A quarter of a second in brain speed is like eons. And when I saw this, I'm like, that's why our brains are left to rationalize why we did what we did. Because we can defend why we reacted. You can't help but react. The emotions are there. It's what you do with them once they've shown up that has to do with, did you ink on someone else or not? Did you make the situation worse because your first reaction was overkill?
So we're looking for ink safe spaces.
That would be it.
Yeah,
Right?
I love it.
May I add to it?
Make sure that you put tag Joe Welch, right? Like when
Yeah, no, Avi, we need that. We need ink safe spaces where people can just unload. And
Yeah, and I want to add to it that in psychology,
I think that there are ink safe spaces. What that is a best friend, a
yeah,
mentor, therapy.
the
right?
people you can vent to about someone else.
see that involves somebody else, but in psychology, what we have is projection and sublimation. Is when we take emotions and project it onto the world around us negatively, and
Right.
that is the problem
That's the
because
ink.
we are projecting our own emotions out in the world. But then there is sublimation, where an artist can choose to draw or do music or sing to take that energy out and emotions out. So ink in a way which is productive. So that is
Like
sublimation.
poetry?
Yeah,
So-
poetry.
Writing good poetry, right? So can you think before you ink? One of the things I do, I might be the squid lady. That does not mean that I do not have emotional problems. And one of the things I've found as a coping skill is over intellectualizing things, where I have an emotional experience. I'm upset about something. Hello. And in being upset about it, being able to pull myself out of whatever interaction might be involved, and then to mentally evaluate what's going on, which brings blood flow back to the neocortex. So when we're upset, as I've come to understand it, the blood flow in your brain is uneven. It's lighting up in the areas where your brain is active. It's quieter in the areas where your brain isn't. And when we start to get upset, the blood literally is leaving our neocortex, our thinking brain, and draining to get ready for the fight or flight stuff. So we have this limited window of time where we still have thinking power when we're getting really upset. How many of you here, show of hands, have experienced getting so upset that there are things coming out of your mouth that are not even real? You're just so upset you've lost the ability to do any version of mouth going. That's when you have
the sentence.
You didn't see the yellow light, you ran through the red, and now there's a T-bone intersection going wrong. And now the mess is, you can't unsay the things you said. We hurt the people we love because we do not understand how to shut up when we most need to. And so this idea of recognizing you have this limited window when the blood is still here that we call the yellow light. So here's my question to you guys, and I'll see if I can. Doesn't really matter. We're doing 24 hours. I will do this with you guys, and then I will try again in a few minutes. When you start to get upset, so someone has just said something painful, hurtful, and they didn't necessarily mean to. I mean, how many people have been upset by someone who wasn't trying to upset you, but managed to say the wrong thing? Where do you feel that first in your body? So whenever you feel like something is wrong, your squid is right there to tell you. It doesn't take long. It turns different colors and can make your heart race. For me, my heart starts to pound faster and my face gets hot. That's how I know something's wrong. Other people clench. Some people have headaches. Abby, you said that it's for you, it's a headache kind of thing.
I feel like emptiness in my chest.
Yep. So Karen, what about you?
I get a very hot sensation between my shoulder blades that goes up the back of my neck.
Yep. So that's the yellow light. If you can see the yellow light before you run the red, that's the whole nature of squid, is whenever you feel like something is wrong, can you stop to ask questions? And the first question you're asking is in your own head. They really mean to upset me that much? Probably not. How many of us are running around trying to upset each other? With the exception of people who love trolling and grieving and all of that stuff, we're not trying to upset each other. We're just good at it. So that's basically it. Can you see the yellow light before you run the red? If you notice that sensation, pay attention to those sensations. As soon as you notice your body is feeling that way, pause before you say the next thing that comes to mind. And if you need to step out and say, I need to, give me a minute, and separate long enough to go to the bathroom and throw water on your face and look in the mirror and figure out, what do you want to have be true when you go back to that conversation? Because it can get worse.
Always get worse.
Especially if now they're upset too, because generally speaking, once one squid's poked, the other squid's poked, and then we've gone like that.
Yeah.
So de-escalating one of those takes a lot of navigating.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole, when before you return from wherever you go, make a plan to come back and try to talk slow. One of the most basic concepts is, if you have a conversation that you need to have with someone, and none of these conversations are wrong, it's just how awkwardly are they going? How painful are they getting? If you come into a conversation, you guys know this from some couples counseling stuff, if you have a list of what you want to say on a piece of paper, that gives you a solidity, that gives it a little bit more likelihood that you can get through what you meant to say. It also gives you a prop, so that you're like, let me just get through this first. I love you. I want the same things that you do. We just need to talk about, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and trying to come up with a cool way to negotiate, because relationships are about constant negotiation.
Yeah.
You can't live with somebody else without having to compromise.
Very true.
So, okay, where are we on time? 8:48. We are getting super close to the big names coming in. I need to check in on Zim and make sure he's got the link. Anybody else ready to, hey, Scott.
Happy birthday.
Everybody welcome my friend Scott Leeson.
Hi,
Scott.
Scott, they're all waving at you. They don't know the story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hi.
So how do you introduce yourself in a group of people who see things?
My name is Scott Leeson. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran, and I'm 65 years old, and I'm a para athlete, and I compete in water sports, and then I do endurance sports to fundraise to support all my water sports. And I am the 2021 national and world stand-up wakeboard adaptive champion.
And what qualifies you to be in the para?
Huh?
How people can't tell what your visuals are.
I'm a totally blind person that 28 years ago, while working in a convenience store in La Quinta, California, two gang members came in the store. They robbed the store and shot me in the head with a 9mm, and both my eyes were removed and I lost my smell. And from that point on, I was lucky to be alive. And to make a long story short, came up with a mantra of never lose sight of your goals and dreams. And I've been achieving goals in sports for the last 16 years now.
Yeah, never lose it, Scott.
Hey, Scott, this is Joe Welch. There are 10 blocks on the screen here in Zoom,
Yeah.
all with varying faces and backgrounds.
Is
and
that
so
Jill Walsh that I know from MDC?
No, Joe, my name is Jeanette Ocampo Welch, and they call me Joe.
Oh,
But you know me now.
yeah. No,
And-
there's a Jill Walsh that I know from Challenge Athletes Foundation.
Awesome. I am a certified sign language interpreter. I'm definitely in the deaf and deafblind world, but I do other things. I'm known here as the Will Fairy, and on occasion I have a black background with a very cute logo of me, which is a light-skinned Latina with fairy wings and a black dress. But I wanted to say thank you for your service, and it's exciting to meet you because it sounds like that day many years ago, a lot of things could have happened, and it's really a pleasure to get to meet you.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you very much.
And
Yeah.
I'm Abhishek. I'm joining in from India. We've got a question from you from Right Cow Left Coast. That's his username. He asks, congratulations on surviving. Were those gang members ever adjudicated?
Thank you. No, I'm very lucky to be alive, and I've tried to make the best of it. So, and there's a lot of things I've accomplished. Probably a lot of things I've accomplished as a blind athlete, more so than if I was sighted. So I accomplished a lot. So.
Yeah. So Scott and I met on the water. Or near the water, because in San Diego, they're blind. Scott, can you describe what the event is down in San Diego? Because that was one of those eye-opening experiences for me. The group that does the blind water skiing, water sports.
Yeah, that's the Mission Bay Boat and Ski Club, and for over 60 years, they've been inviting the blind down to either water ski, inner tube ride, or a boat ride in the mornings, and then go to their club and have lunch. And that's once a month for the 5 months of summer, May through September. And through the Blind Community Center, which is a recreational center here in San Diego, I ended up going to one of those and meeting a gentleman that told me all about the Disabled Water Ski Nationals. And so when I got up on a ski, I went to Challenge Athletes Foundation and got a grant to train at the Mission Bay Aquatic Center here in San Diego. But at one of the events, Mel knew people at the Blind Community Center, and she was volunteering. So she's a sighted volunteer, and she came down and sat next to me, and that's how we met.
Yay!
Yeah.
You are inspirational, Scott. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for coming, Scott. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
I feel
wishing you
so
happy
loved.
birthday. I really I gotta thank you for introducing me to Courtney. She's really digging the water sports. So
Yay!
I sent her my one of my blind surfer rash guards so that she can have a blind surfer rash guard in Hawaii.
Nice. Yeah. No,
So-
there is something about Joe and I were talking about this earlier, is that there's the label of disability and then there's the person. And for me, there's still 168 hours a week that we each have. So what do you do with your time? Well, I know with my friend Scott, as much of it is on the water as possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here at home too, I work out every day. It was one of my saving graces during the pandemic because I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed home. And so working out was my saving grace to put up with all the crappy news and all the stuff coming across news, it was all bad. So, and I just backed out of everything. I stayed home, and Snickers and I just, went for a walk every day, and that's about it. So yeah, the working out kind of kept me in check, during the whole 2020 year. But as soon as I got vaccinated in March, I went out on the road this year and started competing again in wakeboarding and stuff, and had a great time this year and very successful, and inspired a lot of people, and everybody treated me like I was, I don't know. I was very overwhelmed by how much people welcomed me, and they gave me a wakeboard that's autographed by pros and everybody in the World Wake Association. And they gave me a talk system that I wear a helmet, and it has speakers and a microphone, and I'm able to be coached while on the water. And it was amazing this year to be out again. So
I just want to say thank you so much for your service and your inspiring story. Your great passion for life. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I did have I went right to work right away, but then there was like a 3 or 4 year period. I hung around old friends, and I was using, drugs and alcohol. We were going to casinos, and I thought partying was the way to go, because I felt like people were, the world was passing me by, and I didn't have social life. So that was my social life, and they ended up teaching me a valuable lesson where they stole my car. They left me stranded. My family had to come and get me. They put me under a conservatorship, and I ended up in a living care facility that I stayed from 2000 to 2004. And then, but at that point in the year 2000, I realized that was the wrong avenue, and I changed my whole direction, dumped all those people out of my life. And I learned that sometimes being lonely is safer than getting your heart broken by people that say they want to help you, but they take advantage. So I've learned that sort of lesson. And then I went to the Blind Community Center, and I surfed since I was 10 years old. I grew up in Newport Beach. I'm kind of a privileged person. I had a great childhood and stuff, but living in Newport Beach and Corona Del Mar and everything. So, and then I served in the Navy for 7 years, but then this happened. And then, when I bought exercise equipment and started going to the Blind Community Center, they had a surfing program, they had a water ski program, and everything launched from that.
I have to interrupt you for like 1 minute, exactly a minute. Let's take a picture, all of us. If you could put your hand on top of your head, in front of your forehead, and wiggle your fingers, that will be really cool.
All right. Ready, everybody? All right,
Yeah.
and 3.
The fingers are facing down towards your nose.
Oh,
Yeah, awesome.
Ready? In 3, 2, 1. There we go. Got it.
Thank you. Yeah, please continue, Scott. Sorry for interrupting.
Huh? Are you done?
Yeah, please continue.
Yep.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh. Okay. But anyway, so so for the last 16 years, all I've done is built a para-athlete career, and my mantra is never lose sight of your goals and dreams. And I built up a fundraising page, and that's a Facebook page called Never Lose Sight, and it has my whole story and videos and everything I've done since for the last 16 years. So
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Also,
Yeah.
my husband was in the Navy for during Vietnam. So thank you again for your service
Yeah,
and for your inspiring words.
Yeah, I served during peacetime, but you know, I was just that age. But anyways, and then yeah, so I'm also the very first US blind surfing champion, ocean surfing. And then I've done an Ironman and a couple half Ironmans and some triathlons and so on and so forth. So I've done a lot of stuff, accomplished a lot of stuff. And so I got a page called Never Lose Sight. So it has all the details of everything I've done. So, but anyways, yeah. But
Okay.
but blind, you know, so I've accomplished all that. But then when when I come home, all those compliments of it being inspiring and the accolades and everything go away, and I come home and it's just me and my pup, you know. So yeah, so that's the hard part about blindness, you know. There's things I miss because I've had sight before. So I miss eye-to-eye contact. I miss seeing what my kids look like as adults. I miss seeing what my grandchildren look like. And then I really loved billiards, you know, playing pool with the guys, the bar or whatever. And I tried, I can't do that. But anyways, so there's things, but working out, the sports, and you know, keep me kind of grounded a little bit. Yeah.
I'm glad you love your pup. What type of pup do you have?
Huh? So Snickers is my chocolate Labrador. It will be 10th anniversary, December 15th that we've been together. He's my third dog. I had 2 yellows before him. I've been blind like 28 years, so I've had 3 dogs. Snickers is retiring right now. I'm waiting for the school to get back to me and tell me they have a dog ready for me. And then Snickers and I will fly back to the CNI. He'll go to his puppy raiser, and then I'll train 18 days with a new dog and come back with a new dog.
Fantastic.
So just waiting to hear. I'm hoping it will be the November class. There's only one more class of the year because I would hate to go in January, February to New Jersey and be in the snow. You know, I'm a California dude. I've been in California all my life. But anyways, if I have to, I have to. So.
If it's okay, I'd like to take a moment for those of us that are on camera to introduce ourselves to Scott and kind of describe ourselves. I know that you already know Dr. Mel, and Joe has already gone. Hi, Scott. My name is Karen. I am a white woman with red hair and almost 40, and with very thick glasses. So if someone else would like to go next, Donna is who you were just speaking with. If you would introduce yourself.
Sure. Donna Gintz. I'm a California girl at heart. I grew up in California, but I moved to Tucson, Arizona in 1999. I do love Arizona as well. I'm a white woman who is 59. I just turned 59. I have glasses and I have strawberry blonde hair, born full redhead. And it's such a pleasure to be with you. Been married for 38 years, been together for 42. So I agree with Dr. Mel. Compromise is huge in relationships. And it's a pleasure again to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure to meet you too. That's a good story. 42 years and then finally only 3 years married. Wow.
No, 38 years to get married and 42 together.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were together for 4 years before we got married, but
4 years. Okay.
most of my life. Yes.
I misunderstood. Okay. Awesome.
And I do have a vision problem because I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease and it affects my vision. And I almost lost sight in my left eye. They saved it, but it's not what it used to be. Definitely
Well,
sugar. So I'm hoping to save mine, but if not, I'm happy to be alive every day. Almost
yeah,
died several times, so just happy to be
but
alive.
if you're going to lose your sight, this is the era to lose it because technology. I mean, they have all kinds of devices. I mean,
Agreed.
yeah, and then also resources and stuff. So
Yep.
it's not the end of the world, really. It isn't.
No, it isn't. It's just a new phase in the life. So
Yeah, and then for me being a single guy, I come up with new jokes like, "Can I see what you look like?" and put out my hand.
yeah.
And then I'll go, "I'll never look at another woman," and all kinds of jokes like that.
Yeah. So, but
Anyway.
yes, again, thank you for your inspiration and your flair for life.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Just trying to deal with life. I like my shirt says, enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. Okay, and I want to introduce some of the other people in the room to you, Scott, especially because we just got another one of my favorite human beings, Phyllis. Phyllis is in the house. Phyllis, can you unmute for a second and introduce yourself? And we got Scott around the corner, especially we're introducing ourselves with visual descriptions because Scott does not see things the way we used to.
Oh my goodness. Well, I am a matriarch of many, 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 many people who are beautiful and successful, who have my DNA. And I've absolutely in love forever with Dr. Mel's mom, who taught me what a true human being full of love can be.
Oh.
And I'm in a period of a little bit of mourning because I've lost my cat to the spirit world. And I will now teach myself a lot more about being a cat owner and get another one. I figure by Tuesday, the second week in February, I will get another cat, but this time, no mail order cats for me. I'm going to go to the humane shelter and have a cat pick me. So other than that, I'm an unbearably happy person at the age of 90. I have no complaints. I have no troubles to burden people with. I'm glad to be myself. I'm glad to have the interests I do and the friends I do. And I'm prepared to fall in love with all of you.
It's easy to do. Thank you. Thank you, Phyllis, for coming. And I'm so sorry to hear that he's not breathing anymore. Life and death and the afterlife and what happens next. So
I had to go get my cat to hug her.
Oh, yes.
We were doing some earlier.
Yes, just look at her tummy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Zana and I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Are you guys familiar with the Shoko channel? Shorty and Cody? Two cats that just run around and their people take a lot of videos and post them for our delight. So it's amazing how that works as therapy. Where are we on time? So it's 9:09. So yes. One of the people who's watching us live is Squid. So I want to do a special shout out to Squid. Thank you. There's a reason this word became so important in my life, and I'm happy to see that you were able to make it. Yay! Of course, this is an octopus, but okay. So introducing Scott, I want to introduce you to everybody, but we're also coming up on start time of the program. So let's see.
I'm cool.
We've got great people here. We're up to 15 people in the room.
Okay.
And then we've got, Karen, do you have a way of seeing how many people are watching on the different streams?
I do not.
Okay.
It's under John's.
John has the magic, and John will be back at some point. So, and yeah, and
we'll be back in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, because that's when the 9:30 thing is starting. Yeah. Yeah, so where are we? I am, okay, so on the program it says at 9:30 we're doing the grand opening of Squid School with Dr. Mel. That will be launching today. We are officially opening Squid School. And I'll do the poem and I'll do whatever else comes up in my head. Then at 10 o'clock, we've got Why Squid Matters So Much with Dr. Philip Zimbardo. At 10:20, just before he has to scoot, we're going to do the birthday toast because, so you guys can grab beverages so that you can toast all at the same time at 10:20. And then at 10:30, I am Thorn. This is the 10:30 slot, you and me. We're going to do the Why, How, and When to Squid by Dr. Mel. 11 o'clock is the Ask Me Anything Q. And then at lunchtime here, noon, we break bread together in whatever form that means. Because I know there's a rule about we're not supposed to eat on Zoom except when we're told we're allowed to, which case you all have to go get bread or something. But eating together is such a human need. That is one of the strangest parts. I'll just, let's see. Kirk is probably going to be here at 1:30. It says 1 o'clock on the schedule. And then Professora Pulpo at 2. That's Urzi de Richmond, my dear friend, who will be hosting Squid Table Topics from a Toastmasters kind of thing. And then we're going back into quarantine karaoke or karaoke sing-along. And at 4 o'clock West Pacific time, we're going to do the scavenger hunt for making our own emotional emergency kit bags, the EEK bag. But there was this thing I wanted to tell you, and it's my party, so I can just ramble and ramble as much as I want, right? Breaking bread together. Okay, March 2020. We see that the thing that was an outbreak is no longer an outbreak, it's an epidemic. We see that it's no longer an epidemic. It has moved to a word that we have only heard about in fiction, pandemic, history, fiction. But what does it mean when there's a pandemic as far as what humans can and cannot do together? And the urgent need to break bread together, even when it is deadly. So everybody is wearing their masks and is not supposed to be together, social distancing until we're all sitting at a table, in which case everybody pulls off their masks because we have to put food in our faces while we are with other people. We couldn't eat separately and spend time together with our masks on, like going for a walk or all of this other stuff. We had to eat together, and that is so primal. It was just fascinating seeing we are willing to risk our lives and other people's lives in order to eat together. And we lost it was fascinating watching how all of this is played out. So with that, comments, thoughts, reactions, did you find that too?
I'm interested to know where everyone is from.
Yeah.
Just because I'm in South Carolina, and the precautions that were taken here were not a lot at all. And so I'm very interested to know kind of where everyone else is, because I know that also changes not only our perspective but our experience from the pandemic.
I'll go.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm Thorn, and I am in the Czech Republic in the heart of Bohemia. It's paradise here. And the way the pandemic has become political, originally or early on, anyone with children who worked was subsidized so they could stay home to take care of the kids, and they wouldn't let the kids go to school. But the problem is, as long as the kids were not in school, the state had to pay the mothers generally to take care of the kids. So as the economy started to break, there was a tremendous urgency to get the younger kids back into school, which is what they did. So they came up with the rationales, kids don't spread it, that sort of thing, so that they could get the mothers off the payroll. We were, we meaning those in the Czech Republic, I'm a Yank. The Czech Republic was a model of austerity and concern, we had very low numbers. And because of those low numbers, we had a lot of people out drinking beer together. People per capita drink more beer in the Czech Republic than anywhere else. So they had a summer of doing that. And then winter came and we went from best to worst. So the way it works now, you wear a mask if you're in a closed setting, but it's been pretty lax, quite honestly. I'm sure that's going to change when the pendulum swings the other way again. So there you go.
Do you have I'm sorry because there are some things that I'm just not familiar with, and especially with other countries, but do you have pretty good access to vaccines or?
Well, actually, I know as you're looking at me, you think, wow, this good looking 35-year-old. But I was low on the priority list because I'm a foreigner. So I was able to get the vaccine, and it was done very, very efficiently here. It's an incredibly well-organized country, but I got my vaccine, which was necessary because I'm a hop, skip, and a jump from Vienna, from Croatia, from all these other countries. And so I needed a COVID passport. I needed a document to show that I was vaccinated, which most of the countries here require you to have if you cross their borders.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Like I said, I'm just very interested to know what everyone's experience has been, and especially based on location, because I know that that's just such a massive change. Donna has her hand up.
Yes,
just kidding.
We pretty much had the same system in place as Thorn. It's turned very political now, but me being immunosuppressed, I wound up getting all my vaccines and the booster, but I still am being told to wear my mask when out in public. I still wear my mask everywhere I go because of that. The isolation that people are feeling, I actually have more connections now since the pandemic than I had before. So I have kind of a unique perspective of that because I was pretty much self-isolated because of my immunosuppressed situation. And now, because of all the virtual webinars and conferences, I actually have more contacts than I've ever had. So to me, that was exciting. But yes, I am very careful when I go out in that. I maintain all the strict standards, but it has gotten a bit lax, but our numbers are slowly creeping up here in Arizona, and they are getting stricter with the mandates again, with the mask, wearing the mask, trying to get everybody vaccinated. They just started with the kids, the younger kids being vaccinated as well. But even with that, my doctor told me that I should wear a mask always because they aren't as effective as they once thought. So
I hope that everybody is aware that even if they're vaccinated, although they cannot get the cooties, they can spread them.
Yes.
If you're with someone who's got it, you are capable of giving it to someone else.
Yes. And they can still catch the virus. The numbers are slowly creeping up. Even if you're vaccinated, a lot of people are still catching COVID with the vaccinations on place, all three of them. So just be safe, be careful, and keep those connections going.
I'm going to bring this back to Squid because my experience of the pandemic, I'm in Poland. My experience has shown me in very stark terms that people are not rational. And that's part of the Squid story that Mel's trying to convey to humanity is this thing between our ears. It's not a computer. It's very emotional. It has its own like fussy reactions, and you need to pay attention. So because of my disability, I use taxis and Ubers a lot. And during the height of the pandemic, there were obviously rules in place where the driver needed to have a mask on, and there was a plexiglass shield between the driver and the passenger. But the drivers often didn't wear the mask because, you know, the plastic isn't up. And I've had multiple experiences where I kind of asked or began a conversation, and they said, this is enough because it's like flu. And then I go, well, I had COVID in November 2020 and I couldn't walk for almost 3 weeks. And then without fail, every one of them went, usually silently, oh shit, and put their mask on. Now, what does this teach me? And what I wanted to share with you is the rational stuff doesn't work, the story works. So, and this one happens to be scary, but I have some faith in me that not only scary stories work. So let's forge a story and make some progress.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Dr. Mel, I have no idea where you're from.
I am, well, the West Coast. So primarily the West Coast. And right now, Zana and I are dialed in from Kirkland, Washington. If you have ever shopped at Costco, you have probably seen the Costco brand, the Kirkland brand. This is the Kirkland Costco next to our place. I have the parking lot for our apartment complex has a gate that goes to the Costco gas station. But luckily we're not facing that. We've got this beautiful wetland with the creatures all over it. We've been in a beautiful version of lockdown, a paradise. We have squirrels. And how can you go wrong with squirrels?
Right.
Hi, Jim. So my quick pandemic story for how did the pandemic start for me was I was driving north to help my mom get moved into her new apartment up here in Kirkland after having lived in San Diego for 8 years. We'd both been from Seattle, but we'd gone down to San Diego for a while, decided to move back up. She was moving in and the news, let's see, we had the apartment. The news was that the outbreak had happened in China, and then I heard that it was in Italy and that they were shutting down the schools. And I'm driving north and I hear the news reports that the first epicenter of the COVID outbreak in the US is Kirkland, Washington. So Life Care Center, the nursing home that got just a lot of news coverage for a lot of pain and suffering is 3 miles from here. So as I was driving north, as this news was unfolding, I knew that I was going into, what is it called? The hot zone. So I pulled off in Tacoma, about 40 miles from here, and I went to a grocery store. This is March 4th, so a week before we're officially declared a pandemic. And I bought $400 of non-perishables, a stack of tuna fish cans and all of that shoved into this cart. And I look like I am a prepper because guess what time it is? It's prep time. Because I know that when I'm driving into Kirkland, I'm not leaving. And I know that my mom's immunocompromised and that we need to be safe. And I know that when a pandemic hits the earth, we don't know what supply chains are going to fall apart, what the banking system is going to look like. So a lot of the emergency preparedness stuff I've been paying attention to over the years, I'm like, okay, assume the worst and be ready for that as much as you can be, because it could be less than that. But why not just be ready for the worst? I think one of my greatest frustrations with the science and the media is this idea that it might not be airborne. If we have an unknown virus and it's not clear what's true, wouldn't we assume the worst and go all the way right up front? And I think that was one of the things that hopefully we, hopefully humans learn from our mistakes at some level. So where are we on time? 9:24. Okay, we're about to hit formal program time. How many people do we have in the room? 14 at the moment. John's back.
John is back. Y'all can be rid of me very shortly, except for I will be back for karaoke tonight.
Yes. Are you sticking around for the next couple of minutes to meet Zimbardo?
I am gonna hang around for a little bit. I do have some people that are gonna be visiting me today, and when they get here, I will have to jump out. But otherwise, I will be here. I just as full disclosure, I have a lot of back problems, so I tend to walk around a lot. So if my camera is off, please understand. I am listening to you, and I am hearing you, and I am following the chat. I just have to walk around. I have the walkies. So.
The walkies. We were talking about cats earlier. We have a cat that has the zoomies from time to time.
I swear.
Dear, this is where you go to your social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, and you post a link to the YouTube, and I will paste it in chat so you have it handy. We want to have the most people watching this starting at 9:30, so in just 4 minutes. Post now, invite people, add a couple comments, warm words, best wishes for Mel, and let's get a crowd in here.
Yes, and anybody who's watching this, feel free to share it with everybody else on your social media. Ah. Okay.
Well, I'm in San Diego, and I was living with my sweetie in the state of Washington. Came down for some minor surgery with my own surgeon and got caught by the COVID down here. And I have a condo, and it had been rented out while I was gone. And I got a notice that my renter was going to be repositioned. She is a very high-ranking officer in the Navy. And I had my condo refurbished and moved back in here and have been here ever since. And I have a long-distance relationship now. We talk every day. And I've lived here for many, many years, and I have a fabulous choir family, church family, neighborhood family, blood family. And I enrolled in a university class and had that family. And I really enjoyed my solitude. I just had to think back of my much younger years, raising 7 children, and what a zoo that was, and how wonderful it was to just be quiet. And I'm very boring. I have no drama much. And I still sing, and I still flirt, I still cook, and I'm a happy camper.
Jersey's in the house. Oh, hold on one second.
And I'm looking forward to karaoke.
Yay. Good morning, Xana. Hello, everyone.
Name that squid.
Hey, Erzy.
Erzy.
Good to see you again.
All right, let's see. What do we have coming
Just
up?
my eyes just a little bit. Okay.
Can you see? Erzy, can you see us? Look around. I think you can see us.
I think so.
I think you can sense us.
Breakfast is expensive in Oakland.
What'd you have for breakfast?
Well, I just ordered it, and I'm getting an omelet and a smoothie. Everything's too far away from me to walk, so I have to order delivery. And of course, the delivery, and then there's the Oakland fee of $3 that they add on to the delivery before anything else.
Who does it go to?
What's that?
Who does it go to?
I don't know.
Can I add a fee? Can we add a squid fee? $3 of every internet transaction goes to a squid minder.
Yes, or and it's voluntary. You do it by going to Patreon and finding Squid, and
Yes.
I will post a link so you can find it easily.
Post the link, post it in YouTube, post it everywhere. Patreon.com/SQUIDminders.
I am fading, so let me turn off my light and I will be back.
Everybody here, if you think that SQUIDminders is worth pursuing as a global outreach movement, then patreon.com means that you are supporting it. At $2 a month, it doesn't hurt. If you have a bank card and you can handle signing up for a Patreon account or you already have one, please, please, please. And we take very good care of our patrons. So today is the global launch of SQUIDminders. SQUIDminders headquarters, and I think we are at. So I would like to welcome you all to Squid School. This has been many years in the making, but today is the launch of the new and improved. And then somebody else comes into the room that I'm very happy to see. So, hi, honey.
Dr. Mill, are you ready for the welcome?
I think so. What's the? Oh wait. The welcome is coming.
Are you ready?
Yes.
This is the grand opening. So after this, you can do all of the grand opening for the Squid School. Here we go.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. The performance will be starting soon. Please find your seat and silence your cell phone. Thank you. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready to be amazed. Put your hands together and make some noise. It's showtime!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the grand opening with Dr. Mel.
Happy birthday!
Thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Happy birthday to me. Happy unbirthday to you. How many of you guys are celebrating an unbirthday today? Yeah. So the plan for today is we've been going since midnight. Some of us are a bit tired, a bit funky, but we're here, and it's a wonderful, crazy time to do this. What is Squid School? And I need management though, John, or Abby, I need management. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Introducing the crew, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your SQUIDminders.
So, over to my right, my left, there's Abhishek and Lucas. Lucas, I have never gotten your last name right.
That's all right.
And we've got Thorn and Urzi, and unquestionably the number one person behind a lot of my squid stuff is my mom, Zana Smith, who we are celebrating especially today because 54 years ago she did a whole lot more work than I did. So with that, Abhi, what should I say?
The journey of SQUIDminders.
The journey of
How did SQUIDminders start?
How did SQUIDminders start? So once upon a time, I have a friend named Squid. Hi, Squid, I love you. And I had a project where we were trying to teach people how to make better choices, better decisions so that they wouldn't lose all of their money. A project for the American Association of Retired Persons, AARP. And we were looking at how to help people stop and think before they lost money or made bad choices. And I had a whiteboard in an office, and I had S for stop and Q for question, because what we wanted people to do was stop and ask questions. And it just seemed pretty straightforward to go, okay, well, what kind of acronym could that make into? And stop, question, okay, U has to mean something, understand, yes, because we're looking for a bigger picture, and then imagining your choices and then deciding. So the evolution of these 5 letters started in 2008. And then in 2012, a young person who I was very fond of, and I wanted to give him everything I had learned in grad school about neuroscience, but in a package that made more sense than graduate school. And that's where the poem came from. And I'll do the poem here in a minute. And you guys warned me I was going to be like muddy-headed person by
So Mel, I'm going to help out. I'm going to help out a bit. So you want every person on the planet to learn about squid. Why?
Squid is a 5-step process to being mindful when we most need to be. Suffering is a part of life. Being human involves some level of suffering, but how much of our suffering is self-inflicted? And the whole idea of being able to make better choices is about being able to recognize the moment before we've made the choice. So whenever we feel like something is wrong, can we stop to ask questions? Did that answer the question?
I might add that really one of the elements of SQUID is to help people convert confrontations into conversations. Can you give us a little riff on that?
Oh my gosh. Well, one of the things that I'll give a shout out to the authors of the books, Crucial Conversations and Crucial Confrontations, because it's about how do you move from an emotionally hot conversation into something where you're making progress again. And if emotions are starting to boil over and you pretend that that's, stop feeling that way, it's not helpful. It's not productive. Our feelings really do have the center stage until everybody's feeling safe and comfortable enough to keep moving forward with content. So being able to recognize that there's emotional heat going on, when you notice something's wrong, it might be that you're noticing that someone else is getting upset. You didn't mean to upset them, but you can see that they're pulling back. You can see that they're tensing up. Being able to stop yourself and to ask them a question. Did I say something wrong? And paying attention in that moment that you might be triggering them gives them the space to try and recover a little bit before it goes farther south. Yeah, let's do popcorn Q&A because that'll keep me on track. Otherwise, I'm just going to blather.
Okay.
You guys have been hearing
ready
me
for a little embarrassment? Can you
that-
handle a little embarrassment?
Go for it.
What moment was your worst moment of confrontation with anybody?
Ooh, like the worst thing I've ever done.
It's got to be, at least in the top 10.
Okay. So I was in a relationship, and I won't go into the specifics, but the most upset I have ever gotten. We had been fighting and fighting. This was a living together relationship, fighting and fighting and fighting. And the argument had gotten to this point where it had crested. And then we had a kitchen sink kind of fight where everything that had ever gone wrong was part of the same fight. And I hated who I was with this person. And this was the ultimate fight because then he brought my mom into it. And I remember he said something about blah, 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 your mom. And I'm like, and I kicked him. I have never been in a physically violent relationship. I am very grateful and lucky and privileged that I am one of the few people I know who's never dealt with abuse. But for me to have lost control all the way to the point of physically kicking someone, now he had a long history of playing soccer. And his legs did not absorb, for him, it was trivial. but that I had lost that much control, and my foot was bruised for 3 weeks. And I recognized that with that level of dysfunction, hating who I was in that relationship and how our dynamic had gotten so bad, it wasn't long after that that we went our separate ways. So that's not so much embarrassing, but just keeping it real. That is the most out of control I've ever felt.
Okay, let me ask you another question. And it's up to you to tie it into SQUID. What do you think is the most significant human virtue?
I'm going straight for the heart chakra, the virtue of love and connectedness, the recognition that we really are all one. We might have different perspectives. My eyeballs are in a different location than your eyeballs. Some eyeballs work one way, some eyeballs work another. We're opting for the other senses that we've got. The idea that we each feel alone and have this sense of solitude when we're all made out of the same stardust. We're all these dynamic creatures, all interchangeable. The water that we drink becomes part of us for the time that it is, and then it stops being part of us when we pass it on. And this idea of understanding that we truly are all interconnected and operating from a place of knowing that instead of seeing people as other. I see all of you as my kin. You are my family, you are my friends, you are the people I am on this journey with, and the souls. So yay, so there's that one.
Hey there, this is Joe Welch. May I step in since I'm newer to your SQUID family? I wondered if maybe I could just drive a little bit, maybe ask a few questions and share with folks, because I'm also learning, just like our audience at large is learning, about why we're here, why this is important. So, Dr. Mel, do you mind just giving us kind of a sense of the timeline for today? What are we looking to see? What are people, in case someone has to run and grab coffee or drop off their kids, what should they be making sure that they tune into?
Yes, okay, so the timeline plan is that I'm supposed to be articulate right now and saying something about the introduction to SQUID. And at 10 o'clock, we have a half-hour appearance by one of my favorite friends and mentors, the globally famous international superstar, Dr. Philip Zimbardo, who will be with us from 10 to 10:30. And he's going to talk about why he thinks SQUID is so important. So one of the things we can do is show you his version of the SQUID poem. I should probably do the SQUID poem here before he gets here, is what I'm thinking.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yes, I should do that. And then after Phil has to take off, doing the why, how, and when to SQUID by Dr. Mel, which is more that history thing of where did this come from? Why is it important? Going back into the Q&A that Thorne and I were just doing. The Q&A with all of you guys, ask me anything. You really can ask me anything. And the thing I have to be careful about is I don't want to name people who it's not my story to tell other people's stories, but I would be happy to answer anything about myself to a fault. At noon, we're going to do some version of, and I just got a message from one of my people. So at noon, we're going to do some version of Breaking Bread together. So, and then we adapt from there, because one of my friends who I was hoping was going to be our guest speaker at 1 is unavailable. Just discovered he had family obligations.
That's fantastic. And so, what we see here, and for those of you who are out in the audience, you're running on Pacific time. And so everybody has to make the adjustment, make sure, because this is not only happening this afternoon, but is actually part of a 24-hour Squidapalooza that has been co-hosted by John Chen and Dr. Mel. And so actually many folks on this call and on this webinar have been up since 3 a.m. for myself, East Coast, and midnight
Pacific time, and so you are going to see some of our whiskers and and our foibles. But this is the part about what we're talking about is that kind of forgiveness, not only for ourselves but also for in the larger schema of being kind and forgiving others. Dr. Mel, you have been sharing so much wonderful stuff. We have to remember the rules too, that there's no I'm sorry's here. So Dr. Mel, everything that you say has to just come out with the weight that you intended, and it is what it is. So we have a wonderful schedule ahead. We've already talked about a little bit about what drives you and value that you see in terms of humans. As we're preparing, because we have 14 minutes left before the big one of our big guests today. You do want to do the poem, but what else can we tell everybody here on the call that will help them understand what it is that we're going to see and where we're going for the rest of the day? I do want to note for people to pay attention to the agenda, because there is also another 12 hours, I guess, of this. And so it does lead into a lot of fun and joy, and it is going to be ending with a karaoke night. And so for those of you who are listening who love to have the fun, just want to make sure that you know that it doesn't end just here. But Dr. Mel, how should we get ready for our upcoming guest?
Now wait, Dr. Mel, I got to tell you, whoa!
Yeah, bring it.
We got to get ready for our guest now. Hold on, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Zimbardo.
Hello, I'm here.
Welcome.
Dr. Mel, why don't you do an introduction to our friend, please?
Oh my gosh. Hi, Phil.
Hi, Mel.
Dr. Philip Zimbardo, one of the driving forces behind today, and the reason that this keeps moving forward is because when you have someone who is in your corner and just tells you, yes, you're crazy, but keep doing this. You need to keep doing this. You must keep doing this. You must not stop until you keep doing this. With Phil's help, we have been able to go global and reach people around the world, like Abhishek out in Kolkata, India, who has definitely become the managing partner of SQUIDminders and making this all real. And Phil, I would like to dedicate to you, anybody who wants to know who Phil is, Google Philip Zimbardo, check out the TED Talks. But I would like to dedicate this version of the Squid poem to you. Mm-hmm. And they haven't all seen it yet, and we are live streaming on YouTube. So
okay, wonderful.
All right.
You want the slide deck with the poem?
Nah, I'll just do this one me.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, John, can you put the slide deck and me and Phil all at the same time?
Wow. I would need the slide deck, Abby.
Ah, complicated. Let me just do it. We'll do the slide deck one later.
Great.
Okay. So we can spotlight me. It's all about me right now, right?
You already spotlighted. It already is all about you.
Yes.
You and your squid brain, can you think before you ink? By Dr. Mel and the SQUIDminders. Whenever you feel like something is wrong, can you stop to ask questions before you go on? Can you ask good questions to better understand? Can you imagine your choices, then decide on a plan? The long version. You might be surprised to learn what I did, but now I can show you your very own squid. It's like a part of your brain that is hidden from view, but it often drives what you say and you do. Whenever your squid feels like something is wrong, it's right there to tell you. It doesn't take long. It turns different colors and can make your heart race. Can make you get louder and scrunch up your face. Your squid, it turns out, will squirt ink in distress. If it feels overwhelmed, you can make quite a mess. So what can you do when your squid starts to yelp? You could ask some good questions if you want to help. Could you try to distract it before it reacts? Could you cover your mouth before it attacks? Could you take a deep breath? Count to 10, walk away before, and ask your squid what it most needs to say? Could you ask it a question to better understand? Could you imagine your choices, then decide on a plan? Where can you go if you just need to hide? How can you help your squid cool off inside? Before you return from wherever you go, make a plan to come back and try to talk slow. Things might get messy if your feelings still hurt, but maybe good questions can stop a squid squirt. Now, I have a question that I must ask you. If there's a squid in your brain, do I have one too?
Bravo.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
So, thank you. So this is something that your work inspired me to do years and years ago, because the idea of having people understand how to notice that something is wrong and do something besides just reacting. So with that, Phil, can I ask you, I've been going since definitely a little bit potty in the head. Would you like to introduce yourself? And I have one main question for you, because you're giving us your time today. Why is this so important to get out into the world?
Well, I have an unusual introduction. Well, I'm Phil Zimbardo, a professor emeritus in psychology at Stanford University, where I taught for almost 50 years. And also I am the founder of the Heroic Imagination Project, which obviously has overlap with the SQUID program. But I want to begin in an unusual way. Some years ago, Israeli-born a researcher named Daniel Kahneman won the Nobel Prize for describing to professionals how they can make good judgments under uncertain conditions. And I want us to think about nominating Dr. Mel Gannis for the Nobel Prize for helping ordinary people make really good decisions under situations of uncertainty. And her program reaches ordinary people around the world, not just professionals, as Danny Kahneman's did. So we should think about who would like to nominate Mel for the Nobel Prize in Behavioral Economics for the next year. And so with that, I'm happy to be part of Mel's birthday. And I think at some point, I presume everybody around the world is going to sing happy birthday, Mel, on October the 30th, an auspicious day. And I'm just honored to know her, to have worked with her for many, many, many years on a variety of projects in addition to her SQUID program. And I hope we will have a long and vibrant future together as SQUID reaches out its tentacles around the world. And hopefully we'll get it into my hometown in Sicily next year. Okay, with that, I think I'm here to listen, not to talk.
It's you and me, man.
Okay, okay.
So the number of people calling for your attention at any one point is pretty high. You've got a lot of celebrity status out there. And one of the strangest parts of my life is that you started paying attention to me, even though I'm quite clearly nuts. What was it about SQUID that leveled up in your mind as being something different from what everything else is, all of the other stuff that's out there? Why is this a different approach to mindfulness?
Well, you're wearing that approach. I mean, it's weird. I mean, you know, starting with just the whole concept of squid and an octopus and squidding out, and you know, and you know, and essentially you make it funny. Obviously, kids enjoy it very much. My grandchildren got a squid outfit, and they went through the SQUID program and love it. So it's, I mean, what's unique is you and doing something very deep and vital about how to improve the quality of our lives by learning how to make really good decisions, really under conditions of uncertainty, what Kahneman was talking about, but to do it in a funny way, not a deadly serious academic way. And that's what makes it, that's what attracted me. And I think that's what attracts everybody around the world.
And I can see this attracting you, and specifically because you are the only professor I know who prefers t-shirts over suits and ties.
Right.
You
Okay.
can sell t-shirts from the stage of an academic conference and have everybody going more, we need more.
Right.
So just a call out to anybody who is watching this right now. We have t-shirts available for Heroic Imagination and Squid and things like that. So put a
Oh.
note in the comments if you want more about t-shirts.
So how much are they? We should let them know.
We don't have it that organized yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We have the designs. But it's all
Oh,
based
okay.
on patronage.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
if
one of the
people are in-
questions. Oh,
if
go
people are
ahead.
interested, if people are interested, we will make them available to you. But I think you're going to have to show a design so people know what they're buying.
We'll have to figure that part out in the next few hours.
Okay,
But we
okay,
do have
great.
we have so much that we've done on this over the years, and part of today is just one of my favorite riddles is how do we, and I don't know if I've told you this one, Phil, but
No.
how do you know when the design of something is done?
Is what? I missed that.
How do you know the design of something is done?
Oh, done.
The
When is
answer
it
is
done?
the deadline hits.
Right.
And
right.
today was the deadline. So here's what we've got so far. And the ability to just put it out there, to be keeping it real, the fatigue is kicking in. I've been going for a week.
I know. I know.
So let's see what else. Can we get people submitting questions to Phil on YouTube and on the chat channel? Who else has questions for this guy? Because we have the rare privilege of having him here with us today. Phil, are you able to come back for another one of our office hours sometime in the not distant future? Maybe.
Not today. No.
Not today, no, but in another somewhere in the
Sure.
next month.
Oh, sure. Of course.
We'll get you on for a longer.
Of course. I am
longer
available.
slot.
Right.
Does anybody? So, John, you've got the messages coming in. Does anybody have a question for Dr. Phil Zimbardo?
If anyone's here on Zoom, we'll ask a question. Just raise your hand like Lucas has, bringing up Lucas with you. Lucas from the Czech Republic. How are you?
From Poland.
Poland.
Hi, Phil. So
Hi, Lucas.
my question to both of you is, the world is in many cases, in many regions, in some sort of turmoil, some trouble. There are a lot of challenges ahead of humanity, climate change, political challenges, conflicts of every sort. What would you point to as a sort of root cause there? What are we as humanity failing at, and how can Squid help?
Wow, that's really heavy. Yeah, I mean, we are facing unique problems. I mean, climate change is here to stay. In California, as you know, we had a drought for 9 months, and then we had wildfires going on, burning everything down. And then we had a huge rainstorm. It's all extremes. And in other places, while we were having drought, they were having floods. So climate change, and I'm glad to see that President Biden, America's president, is going to a conference on climate change in Europe. And see, this is at a national level. They have to do more to reduce carbon emissions. He's talking about, Biden is talking about electric cars, but that's not going to happen. That's too expensive. That's not a reasonable alternative. But the other big issue is polarization within nations. So America is now totally polarized between the right and the left, progressives and conservatives. And for me, I just wrote an article I can share in Psychology Today about the importance of learning critical thinking skills to counteract all of these fabricated, controversial statements. And the problem is a lot of people live on social media where you just get a soundbite. I mean, you don't get any information. Somebody proclaims something, A is true or B is true. And so I can share the Psych Today article I just wrote yesterday. I can put it on later on and share it with you. The importance of critical thinking. And at this point, I'm going to have to go. I have to see my grandchildren, who are 9 and 10, my grandson named after me is having his birthday.
Before you go, Phil, let me have Elle say quickly, this is my daughter, Elle.
Hi, Elle.
Hello.
Greetings.
Yes,
Greetings.
lovely to meet you, and I hope you have a wonderful time with your grandchildren today. That's
Yes, I hope
wonderful.
so. I know so. It's going to be
Yes,
wonderful.
no doubt. Thank you.
Did you have a question for Phil?
I have a question kind of about SQUIDminders as a whole, and so Phil, if you need to run off, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm going to go.
yeah, so
All right, Phil, thank you so much. Mwah. Everybody, and we're at
Bye-bye.
the Phil.
One sec. Can we have a picture?
We're doing
One
one
picture,
group
all of
photo
us
and then you
together.
can go.
Got everybody on screen. All right, everybody, hold it right there. Hold on, I got to save this one.
Hands up in the air. Hands in the air. Hands in the air.
Okay, hands in the air in 3, 2, 1. Got it. Thank you so much, Dr. Mel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Doctor,
Have a great day.
Doctor is in the house. See you again. Mwah.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to remove all the spotlights. You can
All right.
click the gallery to see everybody. And Dr. Mel, why don't you debrief this group with?
Well, let me get Elle's question. So yeah, let's do the conversation version of Elle and Mel. Elle and Mel get to have a conversation. This is my daughter, Elle Schofield. In the land of people who I respect most in the world, here we are.
That's very sweet. Hello, and I think the main question that I wanted to ask, and at first I was like, oh, I'll ask Phil, and then I realized, you're probably the right person to ask anyway. I find that of the steps in Squid, the most compelling and the most challenging is that cue, asking questions. And I'm kind of curious from your perspective, when we're in those interpersonal heated moments where we've just taken a moment out to stop, are there favorite questions that you go to get yourself from that charged up, emotional, intense place toward that understanding that you talk about?
That is a fantastic question. How many other people want to know what questions do we ask ourselves, right? So yeah, so my go-to one is, generally speaking, if I'm upset, there's another person involved and they have said or done or not said or not done, but let's just go with they have said or done something that hurt. I'll even simplify it. They said something. They either wrote it in a message or I heard it coming out of their mouth and it has landed wrong and I'm starting to have that emotional reaction. So the very first question I try to remember is to examine what was their intention? Because we so quickly get upset with other people because they hurt our feelings, because they said something mean. And this idea that we're out there intentionally hurting each other is so nonsensical, but our brains don't recognize that at first. So I'd say my first question is, what was the intention behind what they said? A lot of times it can be as simple as they felt hurt by something that I said. So you start walking backwards in the conversation is, why did they react that way? Because of what I had said before that. And then you try to examine what's going on in the situation by getting a bigger picture to it. So, so one of my first questions is, what's the intention here? The other question, I think that all of the research on conflict management and all of this other stuff is, am I breathing? And it's a strange question, but in the moment of feeling emotionally hit, if you can bring your attention to your breath, that is the first best choice for adding some oxygen into the conversation and into your mind so that you can then move into the next steps without the likelihood of losing it completely. Just the act of pausing and not reacting with whatever vitriol might be about to come out of your mouth. So I'll turn it back to you, Elle. What are the questions that you find yourself asking most frequently when you've got that reaction?
Ooh, man. I guess I mean alongside the ones I think that what's the intention is so crucial. So that's but I don't know if I always think of it quickly. Sometimes it takes me a while to get there. So thank you for stating that out. I think the other one for me is often it's helpful for me to understand what it was that made me go into my kind of squid moment. And so some part of that is actually kind of interrogating what was it about the interaction we were just having. Well, like what part of me did it hit? Can I actually understand what was it that hurt? And sometimes it's actually it's an insecurity of mine that's really something that I kind of need to work through before I return to the conversation, rather than something that the other person perhaps misunderstood about who I am as a person. So I have I'm someone who deals with anxiety a lot in my day-to-day life, and I think everybody does at this point after a year and a half of pandemic. But I have a generalized anxiety disorder. It affects my life on a regular basis, and sometimes people say or do things around me that hit my anxiety, and it's what spikes me out is like worrying about what people whether people think that I'm, stable or trustworthy or things like that, or deep insecurities of mine. And so people will say things that are actually totally benign, but it hits that nerve, and I have to spend a little bit going, okay, that's the part of me that's stung. And it's a part of me that often I perceive very differently from other people. So when I go back into the conversation, I'm going to try and bring clear information about why that's a touchy part of my identity into it, so that I'm ready to actually have a useful conversation about it that can help us improve our relationship in the future. That was long-winded. I hope that was actually what you're looking for.
I am so delighted to be able to have this conversation with you in this format. I mean, you've been dealing with squid for a long, long, long time.
You've gone since the beginning,
and I have gone on with mine, and I'm enormously proud of the work that you're doing. Gosh, there's so many. Elle, can you describe what you remember? Oh, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions if that's okay.
Okay.
So in the schedule, we have Phil Zimbardo here for this half hour, but he had to go early. So can you stand in for Phil Zimbardo?
I think you should have several people stand in for Phil Zimbardo. There's some incredible expertise and lived experience in this room. I recognize several of the names. So I'm happy to answer questions, but I would love, you should check answers out or questions out to the group. And
I will in just a sec.
Yeah.
So John, can you give me Zana Smith and Elle and the three of us in a conversation? There's the mom, there's the daughter, and then there's the granddaughter.
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair. And you guys have both been part of this for as long. Well, you've known me my whole life, and she's known me her whole life. You guys have grown up around me doing the squid stuff. Can you describe, Elle, can you describe what it's been like watching this morph from being this little idea back in the 2000s to where we are now?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things I think about is because you had this early idea where you described this, around 9:30 or so, that you're kind of trying to pull together, especially those first two steps of stopping and questioning circumstances, as a way to avoid a whole bunch of different types of risky situations. And then these additional steps that kind of tie in mindfulness and thoughtful communication and handling crucial conversations well, that kind of wove in perfectly in this UID part that fits in with the S and the Q. But initially it was a doodle and some letters, and trying to figure out how do we make this into something. I think the most compelling part was kind of in the late noughts and early teens, watching as you realize that there really isn't a ton of or there's a market, there's an audience for kids who have trouble probably engaging with the adult materials we have around mindfulness, but who are also dealing with stressful situations, who are dealing with conflict, and in many ways who are forming the way that they're going to deal with conflict for the rest of their lives at these early stages. And watching you weave in imagery and poetry and components like that to continue to strengthen the story, especially for that younger audience, has been really compelling. Nana, do you have anything you want to add?
Am I supposed to speak?
Yes, here's the question.
Oh, okay.
You have
I'm so unfamiliar with Zoom. I'm really confused sometimes, but then I'm confused sometimes anyway. Yes, I'd like to add something else that Melissa has given, Dr. Mel has given me her journals on occasion to go through. And I see such creativity there, but it's a bit disorganized. And I'm an organizer. So for example, she writes poetry, and I like to bring it out to her and show her that she has indeed written a beautiful poem, mostly always centered on improving quality of life for everyone. One of my favorites are her creatures of habit poems and her description of the creatures of habit. I made a birthday card for her this morning showing the creatures of habit, which she'll talk about in a little while, being conducted as a choir by Squid, and they were singing happy birthday to her. It's been a privilege and an honor, and I'm very proud to have watched my young daughter, who loved everyone without any kind of question, who grew up without feeling that she had to be kept in boxes, or her ability to reach out and embrace everybody and everything without any kind of hesitation. I'm very proud of you, Mel.
Oh, thank you. One of the favorite compliments I've gotten is when I was working with Dr. Z, Philip Zimbardo, in 2015 on a conference. We were teaching people how to, you're having trouble hearing?
Yes, I am.
We are seeing the side of your face.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to hear.
So Dr. Zimbardo was working with me at an APA conference, and he was frustrated with me. And in that space of his frustration, he said, Mel, you don't just think outside of the box, you live there.
True enough.
And I have thought that is exactly that is the testimonial I think suits me very well. So.
Well, I feel successful in having given you permission to live outside of the box, because that's been sort of my life too.
Very much.
If something interests me, I tend to go off in that direction.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys. Thank you, family. And a big shout out before we go to Professor Xanda Schofield, who is going to join us at some point later and has the reality check of head hurts. Our squid brains hurt. So other questions from the audience. Thank you, family, for the spotlight.
Hey, Dr. Mel, this is Joe Welch, the Will Fairy again. I'm just reminding you that we have all these people online here and all over the world. Why don't we do them a favor and kind of reset the room, let them know where we've been, where we're going, and so that if they're just logging on, that they know what they can find. Also, just a side note for everybody who's listening, I want to just remind you that this is a part of a 24-hour experience. You might be seeing the short version, you might be part of the long version, but if you love everything, love anything, make sure you take a timestamp so that you are able to come back and rewatch.
Thanks, Joe. This is where I will hand it to one of my handlers. So let me introduce Abhishek, because Abhishek has joined me in this crazy quest to save the world with squid. And in what we have done over the last, so Abhi and I met because of Zimbardo, based on a slide deck. It all comes
Made
down to
by
PowerPoint
Dr. Mel.
slides.
He drew on it. It was her and Dr. Zimbardo all drawn up, and it was beautifully raw, and it had all the colors, and that attracted me so much.
Yeah, can you describe how you what was your experience on which day of earlier this year? So tell us the date, tell us the situation where you first heard about squid and how we ended up connecting about 12 hours later.
On 21st of July, I had a conference presentation at International Congress of Psychology where I presented at a stage where Dr. Zimbardo performed a few days later. So I thought, okay, if him and I are presenting on the same stage, then I should say hi to him. And he came up and he had a lot many good things to discuss. And in the end, he put up the slide deck with Dr. Mel in it, and he wanted to change the world. So I wrote immediately, and I had to be a part of this. I want to help change the world in a positive way, in a simple way, in a way that we can help each other and ourselves. It's not just for ourselves to squid, it's for coming together. It's the tribe. You see what's happening right now. It's not just learning the 5 steps. It's coming together, learning about each other, asking for each other's help, connecting with so many different souls across the globe. An opportunity I never had before, and I wish I can hand it to other generations that we come across. It's a whole family. That's what it is to me.
Thank you. So I know we've got some new people logging in, and the whole point of having Phil Zimbardo on the schedule from 10 to 10:30.
It's a super special day to Dr. Mill's birthday. And John, can you start with the toast? Let's toast to her.
We're 30 minutes to toast. So, Avi, why don't we introduce a few other of the other people who are joined us. We do have a few new people who joined us, too. Is that Rick Sada? Holy cow. Dr. Mel, do you remember Rick Sada from Microsoft?
Do I remember Rick Sada from Microsoft? John, do you remember Rick Sada?
I certainly, absolutely have to remember that Rick Sada from Microsoft, we were on a project together. Rick, why don't you describe one of your, hopefully it won't scar you too much, Microsoft memories.
Oh, geez. No, I think were you on the whole eForms designer with us? Was that the one we did together?
I believe, Rick Sada, that we were on Calvin together.
Yes, that was it. That was the project that was announced, killed, shipped, brought back to life again, killed again, which was pretty much the way things worked at Microsoft. It was like that you'd hear from the press that your project was dead, and before it had happened, and so it was an entertaining time, that is for sure.
So one of the best parts about Calvin was that it was an email form that ran on Visual Basic. Remember Visual Basic? Go-to object was kind of the joke that we had as programmers. Except Bill was right in some ways, because it turned 1 million Windows developers into 4 million Windows developers, and so that part worked. But the problem at the time, Rick and I were working, he was the developer, I was the software design engineer and test, is that when you hit, the form did really cool things. Like you could play chess, you could program the form with virtually anything in Visual Basic. In fact, right now, like Exchange is actually not really using this well, even though this thing was pioneered over a decade ago. Anyways, when you hit the form, the top computer at the time, Dr. Mel, was a 386 with 4 megabytes of RAM. Remember that? Remember when that was like a hot computer? Okay, so when you hit enter on the form, it didn't render the form for 4.5 minutes.
It was a little slow.
For those who don't understand what I just said, imagine you went to your email, you hit enter on the button on email, and now you set a stopwatch for 4.5 minutes, and then your email then comes up.
Anyway, happy birthday, Mel.
Okay, good. And so perfect, Rick, you have a beverage, and I think we're actually ready for the toast. All right, so let's see. Let's bring Dr.
Oh, I want to hear the horrible birthday song. I want to hear everybody unmute, sing the happy birthday song, unmuted.
That's coming up right after this. So first let's do the toast, and then I have happy birthday here. Oops, hold on one second.
But I know that the sound of singing happy birthday all at once on Zoom has a pain threshold for a lot of people. I want the pain. Bring the pain.
Okay. So I wrote a little toast here.
Sung in 4 languages at once. So.
Oh, excellent. The toast.
Okay, everyone, do you have a glass? Bring up your glass, please. We're on gallery here. Okay, great. So Mel, here's your toast. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
I am sure I'm ready.
Are you? I mean, come on, we could stall for another 22 hours.
We could, but let's just do this.
Okay, good. Here's your toast. Dr. Mel, it's your birthday. Your mom is here to tell you so. Everyone is here to celebrate, so please, everyone, join me in saying, oh!
Oh.
Oh.
The last one was good. The world was a big place when you were just a kid. As you gain wisdom, you realize you created a squid. We are here to celebrate your birth with friends that are dear. Hey, everybody, now please lift up your beverage and say to Mel, cheers!
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you.
And now we will commence in singing Birthday to Mel, Zoom style. Okay, I'm going to give all of you a number. I'm actually going to arrange the screen. Beth is going to help me out. She's going to be my lead off. 1, 2, let's see. Let's see, I'm trying to see. All right, Rick. Okay, so Beth, you're 1.
Oh, yay.
I will be 2. Rick, you'll be 3. Joe, you'll be 4. Oh my gosh, my friend Elizabeth Razuz is coming in. Abby wants to be 5. Oh. Jim Hayes, that's your microphone. Thank you so much. So I'm going to make you 6. Phyllis, you're 7, okay?
Okay.
Great. Thorn, you are 8. Connor, you are 9. Troy, you are 10. Zana, you are 11. Elle, you are 12. Stan, you are 13. Lucas, you are 14. Mel, you are 15. Elizabeth Razug, paging Elizabeth to. We need.
You want me to sing the song to me as well? I get to be 15.
15 one word.
No, it's against the rules. You can't.
Oh, okay, great. So then we're gonna wrap around. So, Beth, you're gonna be 15, and I'll be 16. Okay.
Okay, so I'm 1 and 15. Gotcha.
So if you look at the chat, I gave you all the words to Happy Birthday, right? So Beth will sing 1, I will sing 2. After that, Rick will sing 3, Joe will sing 4, right? So do you kind of understand?
We each get a word, huh?
You each get 1 word. Okay, so let's try it and just know, right, Dr. Mel, it'll probably take us more than once. All right, Beth, go ahead. 1.
Happy
birthday
to
you.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday.
Dana, you're dear.
Dear.
Hey, Mom, say dear.
Oh, dear.
Mel.
Happy
birthday
to
everybody sing.
You.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mel.
That was
So
pretty
Mel also wanted the very messy birthday for all of us to sing in an air quotes unison.
Bring the pain. Yeah, definitely.
So Joe, would you like to lead us in the pain? We have to do is say 1, 2, get a count out. That's all we got to do. Ready?
Everybody on mic.
Yep. So Joe, would you count it off and lead us?
Yeah, so, okay, ladies and gentlemen, make sure we're going to be ready. We're facing the camera. We know the words, and if you don't, it is in the chat. Make sure your microphone is off, and you're going to hear something that perhaps you've never heard before, and you're just going to keep going through it, even though you know in your heart that it's wrong. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
birthday to you.
Many more.
Thank you.
Mel, you want my special birthday song?
Yes, please, Phyllis, do it.
It's somebody's birthday today. It's somebody's birthday today. The candles are lighted on somebody's cake, and we're all invited for somebody's sake. An old table, fashion table is set with a meal that we'll never forget. Happy birthday to him and many more too, because it's Mel's birthday today.
Nice.
amazing,
Wow.
Phyllis.
Okay, as long
Wow.
as we're doing the birthday songs, we talked about this in the planning meetings. I want to know, because we've got a lot of countries represented here. You don't sing the American happy birthday song when you're singing happy birthday. Lucas, how do you say happy birthday when you're in doing your thing?
Oh, it's it's very easy, even for you Americans. You just say stolat, which is 100 years.
Oh.
So 100 years to you, Mel. Stolat.
Thank you. Is there a song?
No. Song. We never sing.
So simple.
I don't believe him.
Oh my gosh, you got it easy on that one. Abhi, what about in India? How do you guys do the happy birthday approach?
We sing it like we sang right now, horribly. And then we have this Hindi saying that says, Janam Din Mubarak Ho. That means
Translation?
the day of birthday be auspicious to you.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Okay, so Urzi, Spanish. Any of your favorite Spanish traditions?
Is not connected to audio.
Urzi is not connected to audio.
No, and Amy was here, but
Amy's not here currently.
So, but I will.
Here's
I
Urzi.
will. Oh, there's Urzi.
Urzi is in the house.
Yay, Urzi.
Urzi, do you have any audio? Here, watch this. Hey, Urzi, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hey, Urzi, that's a great hat. Who would like to try another line to Urzi?
Yo, Urzi, what's up?
Hey, Urzi, what's up?
The sound is not quite connecting. So, Joe.
Well, I was just going to tag team in that we had Amy on before, and we did sing you Las Mañanitas, which is a Mexican birthday song. And, definitely there is the Feliz Cumpleaños, which goes around the same American tune of Happy Birthday. But my mom, just to pass the tradition on, my mom would wake me up at like really early, regardless of what was happening in my life. She would call me when she got up, and she would put on the time of 33, and you'd hear the needle drop and the little static start, and I knew the guitars and the mariachi band would start. And so that is a tradition I absolutely love, and she still does it. For me,
awesome.
My husband, my kid.
That is very sweet.
Crack of dawn, huh?
I have one. It's really simple. It's Carrie Fisher's version of Happy Birthday. It's just but you just hold the out for as long as you can have a breath. Yep. Carrie Fisher's version of Happy Birthday.
I think
I have another request, because you guys are honoring me with requests, and I figure I might as well play this card as many times as I can. So I have 4 of you on the screen, and then I can do it too. Abhi, can you drop the background into the chat session? And I would love a shot of all of us with these. If you guys can change your virtual backgrounds, Mom, I'll be there in a second.
It's called New Project. Sorry, I didn't rename it.
And if you guys wouldn't mind, Phyllis, do you know how to do a virtual background?
What are we doing?
No.
Okay. John, mentoring, help people figure out how to do their virtual background. I'm going to go get Mom set up.
What's it going to?
In the chat is a file called newproject.jpg.
You having fun?
Oh, but I'm fixating, That's okay. Never mind.
Oh,
I can't get because I'm holding it.
we should
Oh, I already have it. Okay, I've got it.
I'll do
I'm
that.
there.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, John.
I already
Ladies
have
and
mine.
gentlemen, I am sure you are watching with anticipation as we find out how to educate people online. I am confident that many of you have been doing this for the last 2 years, helping your colleagues move along. So certainly, if you see somebody needing help in your chat world, help them out. We're just sharing this background, but it's a great education. John has shared a link with us. I mean, rather an image with us. We are going into our virtual background. Is that correct, John?
Right next to the stop video is a little caret. If you click the little arrow, you should be able to see choose virtual backgrounds. If you don't see it, it means you didn't log into your Zoom account or you have never enabled virtual backgrounds.
And just a reminder, we are in Zoom over here. So for those of you who are looking for that on your YouTube page, that is not going to work.
You should make them look, Joe, because searching is half of the discovery.
I believe that we do have a scavenger hunt on the agenda today. People may not be ready in their running shoes yet. We want to make sure that they are ready to participate.
Speaking of running shoes, you should look at the Pac-Man and Fire in the Fred Worley window. So once you get to the screen, you can hit the plus and you can click add image. Add image to the background that you saved.
Oh God, he looks like he's being eaten by a giant something or other.
And then your background will mystically change. Otherwise, you'll have Thorn and you're just going to have a hot air balloon.
Woohoo!
I'm working on it.
We seem to have a lot of excited folks. Please check your microphone to make sure that it is currently muted, unless you want us to celebrate with you, in which case we can.
You can also right-click on your own picture and get the choose virtual background from there.
Mine's mirrored for some reason.
I like it.
Lucas has his hand up. Do you have a commentary, Lucas?
Yes. So I'm going to put my Squid fundraiser hat on for just a second and tell everybody, both in this Zoom room and on YouTube's, that we're going to try a novel fundraising strategy. We are on Patreon, patreon.com/SQUIDminders. If you join